I think.
Not yet. Now we are. Minute early.
Oh no, we're early.
We're a minute early. Fuck.
How dare
But they have to wait to see our faces, those
Fuck.
poor bastards.
Why are we so early?
We'll
Why
be
are
there,
we-
don't worry, guys.
Oh, you guys owe the swear jar $3.
Fuck.
I ain't paying shit in
Fuck.
those goddamn swear jar.
Fuck jars.
Yeah, I mean, jars are okay. Swear jars are
No,
not cool.
all of them. Fuck the jars.
I mean, they're
we
pretty
need
handy,
no
champ.
we need no jars.
You might have jars you use in your home, you know.
Please donate to support Ryan's fuck
Jars.
habit.
Wait, no. Swearing habit.
Sorry. Yeah, that was
That's
phrasing.
a very different
Phrasing.
thing. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to pay to support stuff, I guess there's worse things to get paid for. But this is, we haven't really officially started. It's going right downhill. Holy shit.
Oh.
Boys are back together.
Oh man.
It's going off the rails.
Wow.
Back in town. Back
How
in
long is
town.
this
The boys are
intro
back in
thing?
town.
Hey,
We got 5 minutes?
I didn't realize Thin
I can
Lizzy was
reset
the
it.
first.
I'll reset it for you, Ryan. Here you go. You got 2 minutes. Go. Run,
We'll
run,
get
Ryan,
some
run,
coffee.
run.
Gotta edit your shorts.
You gotta edit your shorts. Those shorts are a little whack, Ryan.
I didn't realize until yesterday that Thin Lizzy was the first band to have dueling guitarists.
What?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
That's what old
That
Mr.
was-
B said.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like
Wow, I didn't know that either.
probably to make it like mainstream that dueling. Yeah, because I mean, like band.
There had to have been though, right? Like, you know, you go down like the south somewhere, and there's some guy that has like a guitar and another dude that has like
Oh,
a
yeah,
banjo.
yeah.
Does that count? You know, like if you got like a banjo and a guitar, does that count?
I think he meant like electric, so like just doing like those harmonies, you know, doing dual
And something that
harmonies.
like
Yeah.
affected the music zeitgeist
Back-
that people were all aware of.
yeah.
Mm,
Back then it
mainstream
was-
style.
Back
Yeah,
then it
yeah.
was not common at all. I'm gonna look it up.
What's up, chat? Konami's pick, David, Norman, Keith, Cynical, Botek, Dennis. What's up,
Socrates.
homies?
Mystery.
The Socrates.
I think
The
so.
Socrates.
Socrates from 1775.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew he liked our stuff. We're very philosophical over here. You know, I think all the philosophers probably listen. Champ is still Gaijin guy. Yeah, Champ's still Gaijin guy. What are you talking about?
You're gone for 6 days.
Yeah.
I wasn't
They-
even. I
they-
think
they
I think
say
I
that
missed the
every
old Mr.
time-
B stream. That's
Every time you miss an interview, they say that.
it. Really? These sons of bitches. You sons of bitches in the chat.
That's how rumors start.
I think.
See, the problem is chat wasn't with us at 4 a.m. in the morning on Thanksgiving when I actually was. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
chat, are you still a Gaijin guy? What about that? How about that?
Welcome to the Guys and Guys podcast, where we talk about Japanese music news. Look, I got it right this time. Woo!
Nice.
Nailed it.
High
Nailed
five.
it. It only took 7 months, bro.
Took 7
Solid.
months. Today, guys,
Make
we're
it
sponsored by
longer.
our merch store. So go check out our merch. We have beautiful banana designs that Ryan's very proud of.
It's
Sponsored
3
by
after.
Mirror
I thought it was a
Image.
5-minute friggin' intro.
We said 2 minutes. I said you have 2 minutes.
He said, I'll reset it for you.
I did reset it. That was 2 minutes.
It's only 3 after 11.
And he did it at 11.
I reset it at 2. I promise you.
Your math is not good today, Ryan.
Last week's like, oh, we got a 4-minute intro. You got time to go get coffee? I'm like, cool, we'll get some coffee.
I never said
Changes
that.
every-
I said
every week, man.
we need a 4-minute intro.
Oh, my God. What'd I miss?
Nothing. We were
Um,
introducing you, talking about your
Alan
banana
said
shirts.
the intro correctly today.
And we were
You
talking
missed
about
it.
how great your banana is.
Oh yeah. Go check out Ryan's banana.
We literally just
Spreadshirt.
started. We literally just started, Ryan. So tell
What's it
everyone
called?
about
Spreadshirt.
yeah, talk about your banana spread shirt.
It is honestly my favorite shirt that we have, though. I'm in all seriousness, that's my favorite one. I
That's
love
a
Okay.
sharp
If-
looking mirror image.
Oh, thanks, man. You guys are just fucking killing it on the puns today. The design is since Akane, loves bananas and plays drums. I made a design where it has a banana peel with drumsticks in it instead of a banana. So, I thought it was clever.
It was awesome.
It was
great.
clever. Yeah, it's
Now-
cute too.
Now we just need this squirrel shirt. Squirrel shirt.
It's
for,
also it's also gender neutral, which I like.
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
If you want to fluid around.
Yeah, dude. Bananas are gender neutral.
So based on your design, aren't we gonna make Akane a stick bag that's shaped like a banana?
That needs to happen.
Oh man, yeah,
That
that's a
does need to
great
happen.
idea.
Maybe I can
The
talk to the
inverse.
wife about that.
Who can stitch?
That would be awesome though to
Make
make
my
that.
wife do it.
Oh yeah,
So-
there you go.
I mean, the main news that we just heard, BAND-MAID's come back to the U.S.
I guess there goes my fucking BAND-MAID news.
I got to set it up for you.
Ryan, you are the news today.
Yeah, man. You're the main
Time to take
topic,
the
bro.
lead.
Come on, we talked about your banana. Introduce.
So May 18th, BAND-MAID's coming back to the U.S. for Daytona. What is it called? The
Speedway? Oh, Rockville?
Rockville
Rockville.
Festival.
right here.
Is this a new
Daytona.
festival like this one
Daytona
that happens
Beach,
every year, or
Florida.
is this a new one? I've never heard of Rockville before.
Me
I don't
neither.
know.
Rockville. I don't know. I don't know if it's new or not. Daytona Beach, Florida. I mean, you got some pretty huge bands that are on the same bill as BAND-MAID. Ooh, maybe they'll pull out one of their covers they did not get to do live. Slipknot, Rob Zombie, Queens of the Stone Age, man. Pussifer, Trivium, Bullet for My Valentine, all bands I like a lot. Suicidal Tendencies, Avatar, and Blackstone Cherry Converge, and BAND-MAID, and then a bunch of bands after them.
You know, I always find it
Coheed.
interesting to see where they
Guys,
list
Avatar's
these bands.
really
like, in the
good
list.
live, by the way. So make sure you check out Avatar if you're checking out
So,
BAND-MAID.
let's see, we got 1, 2,
You
3.
won't regret it.
Yeah. All right. Check out Avatar. Check.
There's 13 after BAND-MAID.
There's
About
a
13 or 14. They're like right in the middle, man. So they're not going on at fucking 1 p.m. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's
they're,
really cool.
They're right ahead of a lot of pretty big names, and especially for a southern crowd, you got Blackstone Cherry in there, which is I think.
Oh,
they're
I
from-
see them. Is that them right before, right after Converge?
Yeah, before Converge, I
How do you
believe.
guys read this?
Yeah, and
Uh,
then
It's
BAND-MAID
very
news.
difficult.
it's just the farthest I can zoom into. It won't.
I
let
got
me
my
go any
I got my
farther.
own page up so I can read shit.
Bloodywood is
Yeah.
also playing again
Yeah,
right before
Bloodywood.
BAND-MAID, just like at the last festival. It was Bloodywood, and then I went to BAND-MAID
Nice.
right afterwards. So
Yeah,
it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. It was Bloodywood, a band in between, and then BAND-MAID, just like the festival I went to, Sacramento. I can't even remember.
Ooh.
Aftershock.
Interesting.
and
Sunday
Suicidal
looks
Tendencies,
pretty
dude.
fun.
I'm, go Suicidal Tendencies for kicking it for like the last 100 years.
Facts.
Very energetic band. Very
Dude,
energetic.
Ars
I've
Volta
loved
and
that band
Coheed?
since I was a skater, a little fucking
Is
skate punk.
Coheed on there? Where's Coheed?
Yeah, on Sunday, Coheed and the Mars
Oh,
Volta,
on a different day. Okay,
Incubus,
gotcha.
Duel.
Care about
Yeah,
the
well,
other
Sunday
days.
is a totally different show than the other ones. It looks like Sunday, Tool, Deftones, and Incubus headlining. They all kind of have like a vibe or whatever.
Incubus,
Totally
wow.
different. Yeah, totally different vibe than like Slipknot and Rob Zombie or Pantera and Godsmack. You know,
Yeah, Mars Volta, Coheed. Yeah.
I just
Have they put
learned-
anything out recently, Incubus? It's been a while, hasn't it?
I haven't heard them since fucking Drive, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're gonna come out with the classics.
They're a great fucking band, dude.
Why did I start that so high?
Incredible band.
Filter is still a band. I didn't even know they were still
Yeah.
together.
Dude,
It's pretty much
when
Richard Patrick and whoever else he hires to play his shit.
It's
Oh, really?
crazy. Some of these bands I'm seeing, like I haven't heard like these bands. I haven't heard anyone bring up these. Chevelle, I didn't know they were still a band.
Oh,
Pantera even.
Chevelle's been kicking it for a while. They've been playing shows like all the time. They're like one of
Wow.
those bands that just constantly playing festivals,
Yeah.
always
Uh-huh.
touring. Yeah.
I saw them at the 2007 Ozfest, and I think that's the last time I heard any music from them.
Jason Bonham's
Wow.
Led Zeppelin Evening. Oh, he's making a name
Oh,
for himself.
cool.
Making a name for himself, isn't he?
I thought Pantera was not Pantera anymore. I thought Pantera
It's
stopped
it's
playing.
fucking it's Phil and Rex, and then Zach Wild and Charlie Benante from Anthrax. So,
Zach Wild is in Pantera now.
so listen,
Yeah.
listen, it's a tribute, because obviously you can't have Pantera without Dime and Vinny.
Yeah.
So Zach stepped in to play the guitar stuff, and Charlie Benante from Anthrax is playing drums, and he's fucking nailing the drums. Like total respect and tribute to Vinnie Paul. Zach Wilde, on the other hand, is just playing Pantera like Zach Wilde would play Pantera, which is
the
cool,
same
but
way. The same way he played Black Sabbath when he was supposed to play Black Sabbath songs.
Yeah. Initially, if you guys know Ola England,
Yes.
great fucking guitarist, YouTuber guy, and company owner actually. Anyway, he had an interview with Zach. I know we're veering from our usual standard here, but I know this stuff, so I'm going to talk about it.
No,
I
I love
interview
it.
with Zach before they started playing, and Zach said he was going to use Dimebag's guitar that he gave him, and he's going to learn all his shit. Well, then they played, and he's playing his wild audio guitars and not playing his shit.
Oh,
So apparently he
that's
decided
disappointing.
to not really dive into it. It's still cool, but I don't know.
It's
So
cool
this is-
to an extent.
This festival's on the Daytona Speedway.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which I worked there for a weekend.
Oh, really?
I worked for Hoosier Tire for a few years, and I went down there to work on a 24 hours of Daytona in the tire changing area. Not it was like the big warehouse where they held all the tires and the drivers
Oh.
send them to get new tires and shit.
To answer the question I just saw in the chat about Robert, he's not in Suicidal Tendencies anymore. By
No,
the
he's
way.
playing with fucking Metallica.
Did you know he's the longest standing bassist for Metallica, technically?
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, since 2003.
I mean, he had to be like, right? Because they never had another one that lasted more than, what, 5 years?
Really?
Newstead had to be longer than that, wasn't he?
How long was it? What did you say, 2003? Yeah, so
From, like,
Newstead would have
92.
joined
Yeah,
in,
he's-
92. So about 10 years,
Yeah,
a little less
yeah,
than 10 years.
I think he joined in
About 10 years.
when it
Better
was
than
Justice 89. Yeah. 89, something like that.
I mean,
but he wasn't really on Justice. Like, he wasn't on that album.
Well,
They
he-
can tell me all they
I
want that there's
know.
a bass on that album. There's no bass on that album.
I know. Fucking Lars.
the sad thing about
Turn it down a
Jason.
little more.
The sad thing about Jason is that he was a phenomenal bassist and singer.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like,
Yeah,
he's-
great singer, great bassist.
Like-
The solo stuff he tried to, or like his own bands he tried to do were great, but
Yeah, that's a sad story with him, honestly. But with Robert, he's the reason why I like Suicidal Tendencies, because those fucking bass lines in that band were so amazing, and of course the guitar is so good. I always liked Suicidal. My uncle
Rocky
got me
George.
into him. It's funny you saying you listened to that while you're skating. I did too. Pennywise also, I saw them on the bill. Pennywise,
Yeah.
Rancid, No Effects, even Suicidal was still in the game back then. I was like,
yeah.
when I was skating on the corner trying to ollie manholes, those manhole covers.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Man, I ollied over the manhole. That's one of my worst bloody injuries is trying to ollie over a manhole cover, and the other edge of it was up like that high. And I landed right on it. Dunk. I landed on both my elbows, like all my weight.
Ah.
Bloody mess.
That's why I stopped skateboarding after like 2 days.
I got up to 3. You know how you would stack the decks or whatnot? So I got up to 3, and similar thing. We put it like in the center of the manhole, and I got over it, and then at the very end it caught, and then I flipped, the board cracked, and then I rolled down the hill because there's a hill right there going into 690 with the highway in New York, and my board just went flying down there, went right into the fucking highway. No more skateboard. And that was $100 skateboard. Back then, that was like,
Fuck yeah, dude. That's like
fucking
all
lot of
summer.
money.
Yeah, dude, that was your whip for
I
the
worked all summer.
Yeah, that lost all my McDonald's paycheck to that.
It's worth it though, bro. Like, I feel like sometimes when I look at a skateboard still, I go, ooh, you know, like I
It's
want to
still one of
buy
the
another
coolest-
one.
It's one of the coolest things to me. I just love the whole idea of a skateboard.
go to
I'm not gonna-
Zoomies.
I'm not gonna lie, I got my son a skateboard, and it was like so awesome to do. So he didn't know I could skate. He's like, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
you say you can skate. Fucking landed a heel flip in front of him. He's like, oh, you really can skate? Like, yeah, I was trying to be pro back then.
Yeah. Well, the coolest
Dang.
days I ever had is when Elliot's like, "Hey, Dad, can you show me how to skate?" I'm like, "Yes, I can, son." Let's go.
I'm still waiting for that day, man. I need Zach to come up to me and be like, teach me how to skate. Because I gave him my old skateboard. I gave him my old Tony Hawk, you know, the blue one with the gold wings with the skull in the middle of it, like
Yeah.
that main Tony Hawk board. It's
Yeah.
in all the video games and everything. So I still have it because that was like my most recent one that I had gotten. It's beautiful. I took him out for one day. I think he fell down one time, and he was like, "Can we go inside?" I was like, "Oh, come on, man!
No, son.
Like, we need to have bruises and bangs on our body, dude. It's part of life."
Why do we fall, sir?
My middle son, like,
back up.
He's already owling like 5 set stairs already. I'm like, it's crazy. I tried to do it like I used to be able to. I couldn't even do it. It was like pissing me off because he's doing it no problem. I'm like, I can't do it anymore.
He's young and still has rubber bones, man.
Yeah,
you will just fucking snap.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you feel everything. Now you feel everything when you land. You're like, oh, my whole body just fucking cracked.
I think
you get a vibration, right? Like, you get a whole vibration from head to toe. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Cartilage is aged another 30 years. It doesn't do what it used to do. Yeah. I was skating up until a year or so ago, and I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I was more worried about falling than landing. Like, I'm gonna fall. How's that gonna go? This is gonna end badly.
That's the nice thing about snowboarding is at least you land on snow instead of concrete.
I don't know, man. If you go, well, it depends on what you do on a snowboard. Snow can hurt.
If you're on an ice ramp, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, if the snow is like hard enough to have a good snowboarding experience on it, then it's probably gonna hurt like a bitch when you fall on it too.
I remember my friends and I were crazy because in upstate, like, you're right next to the lakes, right? So we had that lake effect snow, and we would like build a snowbank going to the roof of the house, and he fucking broke his nose on a fire hydrant because he tripped.
Jesus, that's like the worst way you could possibly break your nose. What the fuck?
Off the roof?
Off the roof. Like he went, he dropped down, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try something." I'm like, "Bro, this is a bad idea," and then just like, whoo, hit one of those branches popping out of the ground. Fucking, he flung, cracked his ankle because it like forced him out of there. Bashed his face right against the fire hydrant. Luckily, the straps weren't all the way tight, so it let him get out when he hit that branch. But yeah, fucking pulled his ankle out of place and bashed his nose on the fire hydrant. That was the most brutal thing I've ever seen. So much blood.
Sounds like a good experience.
Yeah, it was great. So I was like, I'm not trying that. He was like, I'll go first. I'm like, sure thing.
Let me give you a push to get you some more speed.
And I mean, this thing was going straight down. like, you're fucking crazy, dude.
There is a level of courage that I know I had at one point, and I don't understand how it was ever there. There's just a difference in life and growing up. You're like,
damn,
why would I ever think that any of that was a good idea?
My friend Zach, he was a fucking insane. He was insane. You ever try luging, Ryan, where you go on your back straight down on a skateboard on a hill?
I mean, in Indiana, it's relatively flat, so there was like some hills, and I would go down on my fucking belly and my back, but nothing
on a skateboard.
On a skateboard,
I thought you were supposed to go on like a toboggan.
Dude, okay, from the junior high school, there's I mean, it's a moderate hill, but it goes all like 2 blocks down to this intersection right in the middle of town. A block off the main thing of town, and I get on my skateboard right when school got out and fucking lay down on it and go down that whole hill. It was like 2 stop signs.
Hope there's no traffic.
Trying to steer, yeah. I was a fucking idiot, man.
Dude, that was such a sad statement that you just made, though, Ryan. Like,
what about how I don't have any courage anymore?
Yeah, but like, because I related to it so hard. I was just like, damn, dude, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I would just jump off roofs and shit. Like, and it didn't matter. Like, if I sprained my ankle or like my wrist or something, I'd be like, it's all good, whatever. Now, if I do that, I'm just like, it's the end of the world. Like, what am I gonna do?
Simla makes a good point. Not courage. Maybe it was stupidity. Maybe it's ignorance at that point when you're young.
I think it's a bit of both.
You're young and ignorant, and you still have take some courage to do things, I remember riding on my bike and just jumping off my bike into the grass, like woohoo!
That shit.
Wow.
With skating, you can't have any fear when doing those tricks, and that's
will fucking fail.
You will fail every single time. As soon as you have a slight doubt, you'll fucking fail the flip. Yeah. You'll fail the ollie, no matter what. So I'm sitting there. I remember sitting there telling my son that, and he's like, "Got it right away." And I'm over there like afraid.
I did that with dropping in on ramps. I didn't do it when I was skating. And initially, we had no ramps around. I never dropped him a ramp. Then Elliot started skating. We had a skate park. I helped him drop in, and I never had. Then I did it, and I was fine for like several months. And then I was at the top of one like 5 foot ramp, and I was like I don't feel comfortable doing this. And I did it and fucking sprained my wrist real bad. Then every time I stepped up to the top of ramp, dude, I was fucking terrified. I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, in your head.
I'm done.
It really is so much in your head. Like the same shit happens to like baseball players. You know, you get a pitcher that's just like amazing, and then like he has a doubt for 1 second, and then he has like 6 terrible months of pitching. It's like so much of this just belongs in your head. So much of what your body is capable of is just about what your mind is capable of thinking about at that moment.
And it snowballs. Like when you have one failure that you know, after a little bit of doubt, then it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, it's
happens with music playing too.
Yep, I was about to say that too, Alan.
Happened with my drumming.
Happened the last fucking BAND-MAID song I tried to learn. God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway, way to bring it back to BAND-MAID.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you guys, with BAND-MAID, do you guys think they're going to do more shows? Because the last time they announced Aftershock, didn't they announce that before the tour announcement?
Yeah, I think so. But did
they?
Yeah, they did because Alan got that first, right? Because we
were
were
the tour. Yeah, I mean,
they toured the U.S. before the.
Everyone
UK?
told me to wait. They're like, wait, Alan, they're gonna probably have a tour coming up. I do remember that on the podcast because I was like, fuck, I hope they're probably right. And then sure enough, they announced the whole full-fledged tour. Do you think? That's
it would make sense for them to do some more shows, but they just did one. Well, I guess they did, but this isn't happening now. It's happening in a few months. So they got time for another tour in the UK before they come back here.
Are you guys?
They've had like crazy momentum though ever since they started putting out an album every year.
I mean, yeah.
Like,
but I do feel like it's cool that they come back to America, and like I could definitely see them doing that if they're coming over here. If you're doing this anyway, why not just spend like another couple weeks here and do what they did last time and make some money, you know, whatever, make some new fans, whatever's going on here. But I do kind of feel bad for some of the people that are in the other countries that are still just waiting for their first time, you know? Yeah.
Well, hey,
I kind of want to like give up my ability to see them to let somebody else see them in a different country.
You want to go to Florida anyways. Just kidding.
I would totally go to Florida.
He gives it up.
They played a show guys.
Florida is nice and warm. I'm going down there whenever you want me to.
They just played today.
Did they? Where? In Japan?
Merry Rock Parade.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, they played already because it was Sunday, like a while ago there. But they, it looks like they rehearsed with Influencer and Freedom, and then maybe had some intro music, and then played half-hour set, Domination, Play, Unleash, Sense, Choose Me, and No God. So that's
good choices. Yeah, it's a nice short set.
Great set. There's no MC, really tight set. Other bands there, The Quiet Room, Big Mama, Man with a Mission, 9mm Parabellum Bullet.
Did you say Big Mama?
Yeah.
Wow.
It says here.
Really? Okay.
The heck was that?
What's that say? Koshimi? I don't know. I'm trying to read hiragana.
So the only Big Mama that I know is a South Korean K-pop group. Is this? I can't think of another one off the top of my head. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
There's no footage from the parade.
Kishi. Fear and Loathing, Las Vegas. So, you know, a lot of bands, a lot of cool stuff. It's like it's 3 stages. Is it 3-day festival or 3-stage festival?
So are you guys planning on going to the show?
When is it? May, you said?
It's May 18th.
I
don't know. There are a lot of really good bands on there. Like,
that would be a great day to see. I mean,
it's $120 a day.
Fucking Brutus is going to be there. I just did a video about them.
I mean, I like Trivium and I like Bullet. You know, like I like Slipknot. Like it's a good show. It's a worthy show to visit to. I might go.
It's $120 for a ticket too for a day.
How much?
That's not bad, dude. To see like at least 7 incredible fucking bands plus a bunch of other good ones.
What'd you say? 120?
120. That's more than I think. That's more than California one. Yeah, it is. That's more than Aftershock Festival. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I wonder why.
Like Friday, I wouldn't really be interested in.
Friday is definitely. Sunday is my least favorite, but
you guys want to see the ticket prices right now, though, for a weekend 4-day. But this is the Owners Club. It's $1,500. It's the Owners Club, though. But I don't think this
Thursday?
is the right. Hold on, let me find the actual concert. No, that is the concert. What the fuck? Here, I'm gonna see. Bypasses
Jeepers
now.
Cripes.
Maybe I will go. That'd be fucking great. No, I might be in. When is that?
May
Maybe.
18th.
So there's no
Maybe I
like
won't, 'cause I'm
general
gonna-
admission prices yet.
General admission. Okay, so 4-day general admission is $289. That's way cheaper than what I thought. Okay, that's actually way cheaper than Aftershock. So $289, $59 for fees for
to
general
pay-
admission.
You have to get all 4 days.
All
No,
4
that's
days.
if you want all 4, right?
I don't see a single pass day.
You can't get one day, really?
I mentioned earlier.
'Cause that's already like $600 for 2 people after fees.
Yeah.
There's got to be a way to get one. I mean, even if it's just on, I don't know.
Dang.
I
Well,
don't know.
the people will be buying. Oh, I guess
I'm
if
still
it's
paying
just
for the last tour.
I know. Same here, Wave. I'm same here.
I don't know. I'd like to go. Like, it'll also be like, I don't know, 102 degrees in May in Florida.
Right.
At a festival, yeah.
And the water's going to be $8.
Wait a
bottle.
second. So weekend 4-day. This is confusing. Is this general admission? Then this says weekend 4-day general admission 4-pack. So I think the $289 might be for the 1 day.
No, I think that's if you want to buy 4 tickets, because that's $1,000, bro.
Oh yeah, 4 tickets.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's
I get what you're saying.
$1,300.
So they're giving you.
if you want to
they're
do
giving
that.
you a
Fee
deal.
is $210.
They're
Yeah.
giving you a deal. Gotcha. So they're actually they're taking off quite a bit. So if you got together with someone, you could pay only $300. No, that's the same. I don't know. You're only saving
Yeah.
like $20.
What the heck?
Well, what is it? It's $1,300.
Guys,
if
they
you
have
get 4 at a
layaway.
time.
Look at you got a
Layaway.
layaway option. Ah.
Oh my gosh.
right.
That's a lot.
David said that there is a single day general admission. I'm just blind. I can't see it right now. So, I gotta assume the single day admission is going to be like $80 or something. I'm assuming here though, because it's not. I don't see anything other options at this. Actual
Whoever may be
site.
listening to this, just go look it up because
Yeah.
no way
Yeah,
you're
if you're
gonna decide
listening.
like what the hell cost this. by listening to
The
this
funny thing
podcast.
is, front gate tickets is the one that did the Aftershock one too. Interesting.
It looks like Kirk Scott in the chat said he paid $182, including parking for 1 day.
That's crazy for one
Where did you
day.
get?
Well,
where
that's-
did you find
It doesn't say for 1 day in that comment. Actually, I just assumed.
Oh,
that.
okay.
Single day.
Because like if the parking is like $30, you know, I don't think you're gonna get all 4 days for like $150, right? Like that seems too cheap.
Yeah.
yeah,
They're saying to go back below a weekend thing, but I don't see it on there.
Yeah, he said he went. It's just for Thursday. So with parking, a single day, 110. He paid 182, including parking for 1 day.
your fee for buying a ticket is $60. I thought the fucking fee for buying a ticket was the price of the ticket. This is out fucking outrageous, dude.
Oh, okay.
How stupid. Oh, you want to
There you
actually
go.
buy that?
So
gonna
guys,
cost
here it
you
is.
$60 more.
Single day general admission. Thank you guys for the help. Can't navigate websites but for some reason. That's still 130. That's $140.
Yeah,
For one
that's
day.
crazy. The
lot of
fee
bands,
is
dude.
ridiculous, though. What
There's
is
a lot
that
of
fee?
bands.
What is the fee?
That's
We
the
can, so we
what is
will.
it?
That's what that fee is.
It's the fucking DoorDash fee, where it's like
We
we're gonna
can,
pay
so we
you
will.
for, we're gonna make you
Right.
pay for like the fact that we're
Hey.
gonna send you this food,
That
even though
fee
that's our
should
whole
include
service.
a free bottle of water. You
Free
know?
bottle of lube. Because they're
Yep.
I agree, Ryan.
Bend over.
It actually says in little details right there, come pantsless when you buy the tickets.
oh, you put that right on the website. That's crazy.
That way you have to edit your shorts.
Oh shit! Here's the parking passes. Oh, you can get your merchandise ahead of time, guys. Let's see how much the merchandise is. What?
Merchandise.
Oh, look at that! Look at that sick, ugly ass merch. Sorry,
No.
$40. Let's go.
At least you can read the
Rockville.
logo on those shirts.
Yeah, but look how cheesy that is.
Not yeah, that's pretty cheesy to me.
That's
too.
very Florida.
It is
true.
It's
It
very
is.
Florida.
I have a ton of
Especially
shirts
the
like
wife
that.
beater.
You just insulted all of Florida, Wade. I said,
No,
that's cheesy. You're like, that's Florida.
I own thousands of those shirts. I'm a total Florida tourist boy.
Keith said Ryan is sure is horny.
Wear my peach shorts and my Florida wife beater.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Man,
All right.
if I could afford it, I would be there. So
I probably won't be.
I'm gonna go try to visit my grandparents that weekend and see if I could get everything for free.
You know what?
While I'm here,
Hey, you know what? My grandparents live in Florida also, which is the funny thing is my grandparents live there, but I've never been to Florida ever in my life.
Well, maybe
you're
it's
a
time to
horror
visit
grandchild.
your grandparents then, bud. This is your opportunity.
Yeah, but
Or you could just stay with
a
mine.
flight. It's because so what I did was I tanked one of my credit cards for the Baby Metal concert. So that was like $1,000 plane trip. And
Oh, good lord.
that's a ticket I do not plan on paying back. But it's like unless I inherit thousands of dollars somehow. But yeah,
It's
I was
like, you got a credit card just so that you could spend all
Just
the
to
money on
see-
the credit card on the Baby Metal concert?
Yes.
Just
Yes, I
decide not
did.
to use a credit card ever
yes, I
again?
did. Yep.
brilliant. It's a good thing you're telling, like, everybody on this.
No,
Oh my
He was just kidding, IRS man.
I'm
Why don't you
gonna-
broadcast it?
I'm gonna pay the minimum payment. Of course,
There
no
you
$10.
go. Of course, I'm going to. I'm an upstanding citizen.
The credit card companies, they forget because after a while you can
don't forget.
negotiate it a lower. So I mean, might as well negotiate it later on down the line.
They actually do kind of forget, Ryan. I'm not gonna lie.
Do they?
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of times in my life where you start getting those calls from the non-credit card companies. The companies that the credit card companies
take over
give.
the debt. They
Yeah,
buy the
and then
debt.
they're like, "We're coming here to collect your debt," and then 8 months later, after I haven't returned any of their calls, I just stop getting the calls.
There's your financial advice, listeners.
Yeah,
This
my
is
my
not
mother is a
financial
financial
advice.
advisor, guys. This is where I've gotten all of my thoughts from.
Dang.
Great. No, like, who's his mother? I'm like,
Yeah.
You mean by paying our credit card?
If you
bills,
would
we're
like to give
losing
an
the
advice.
game?
If you would like to ask my mom directly, her address is
There was a credit card I had, and it was like it's funny too. Somehow I have good credit, which is odd. But I had
for
a
long.
credit card that was like at
for long.
$1,000, and I just forgot about it. This was by accident too. I think it was 20. It was like up to $1,000. I think I used it to get my H.R. Geiger guitar, and I just let
Oh
it
my
go. And all of a sudden, I got a thing. They're like, "Hey, can you just at least pay $500 and we'll close the account?" And I'm like, "Yes." I paid the $500. I'm like, "All right."
wow.
they just want to settle with you, bro.
They just want
That's
to
it.
That
settle.
shows how much, how much
Huh.
bullshit it is anyway.
Yeah.
Man, we are all over the place today.
Where,
aren't we?
who,
Financial
No.
advice, traveling, education.
This is not financial
Location.
advice. We can get actually sued for that, right?
really?
This is not financial advice. This is a completely fictitious and non-serious edition of Guys and Guys.
Yeah.
Do not listen to anything we say.
It does say
Yeah, we all pay
the
for all of our
podcast-
bills all the time
the
immediately.
podcast does say for entertainment purposes.
It
all
is
right?
for entertainment purposes. Do not take us seriously at all.
But credit card companies, if you want to sponsor us and pay for our flights to go see BAND-MAID, we're all ears.
Yeah, American Express. We know nobody likes you anymore. We'll take you. Come to us.
Yeah, because if you really want to get your credibility established, onto the Guys and Guys.
We'll fix it for you, American Express.
So Mr. E here, I do, out of all seriousness, obviously I'm gonna pay. I'm just joking around. I can't actually do that, not pay something that I owe is it actually drives me nuts. But Mr. E says our tickets are tax deductible. So the funny thing is with that is yes, they can be, but when you don't make enough money, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's
Right.
deductible or not. So we still operate at a negative anyways. So
Deductions work for rich people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we don't make that amount of money. So
Not when you're making
not
a
rich
video
people.
on the trip that makes like $3.
I think with YouTube, because I do the deductions. I think I made maybe 20,000 for the year between all of my YouTube stuff, all of it. That's not all together, right? For the year. And even after the deductibles for my computer and stuff like that, I had 30,000 in expenses, so it doesn't even matter at that point. So it's all right, whatever.
I didn't know you could deduct any of that stuff. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to teach me how to do this, Alan, because I just pay my taxes every
That's-
year and
that's
everything.
why
Anything
you
you
Try
have
Probably a better way to
have
go
to
about
do
it.
your job, you can deduct.
Yeah, anything you do for your job, for instance, we use Canva, that would be a deduction. But the problem is you got to make more than your actual expenses so for it to really matter.
Kind of upside down.
So the good thing is we won't pay any taxes. If that's what you're wondering,
Yay.
Guys, you guys will not pay taxes because we're broke.
That's not what I was wondering, but I like that you said that anyway.
If it's not required.
That's the thing. Yeah.
The deductions outweigh the income.
Yeah. I was like, man, I should probably work on a year of one that's actually positive.
Did you know that rich people with their insurance, their health insurance, also don't have to pay copays?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Bullshit.
I recently found that out, and I was like, that is the most ass backwards thing that I've ever heard in my life.
Are
Like,
you
I can't
fucking
afford.
serious?
I can't afford good insurance, so they're going to make me pay copays. But the people that can
Yeah.
afford good insurance don't have to pay the copays. How does that make any sense?
Because
It's
That's
America, buddy.
That's
When healthcare
really
is for
whack.
even though
profit,
you're
it ain't
paying
healthcare.
$1,000 a month for health insurance.
Well, champ, here's something for you. I have $12,000 worth of medical bills now because of me flipping over 4 times.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm fighting that. That's a fun battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
look at that itemization. See what that.
I'm not
12,000
even
was
I'm
for.
not even joking with you. I called the hospital, right? Like one of the bills was $3,000. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. It's like $3,500. I'm like, hey, is there any way to reduce it? And they're like, well, we already reduced it. The original bill's $95,000. I'm like, oh, well, thank you very much. I was like, I will pay the $3,000. And then I got another bill. Apparently radiology's separate. And then I got another bill from the physician, and apparently that's separate. And I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah. But anyways, back on topic. But little. It's how the
Back on
American.
topic. What topic?
Yeah. Hey, insurance companies, if you want to sponsor us.
That's a great. That's a great segue.
www.
It's a great segue to the new
Insurance
Nemophila
companies and
album.
credit card companies.
It's a great segue to the new Nemophila album.
two
We
because
know
biggest
you got,
scams
we
on
know you
earth.
got extra fucking money, assholes. Sponsor us. Sorry,
Ooh.
Alan.
Wait,
Go ahead.
I think I heard him say Nemophila at some point.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
let's go.
perfect segue to make sure that you don't live in the U.S. before you listen to this album, because you might end up in the hospital because of heart attack, because of how amazing it is, and
No.
you should be careful. It is a really
What? Don't live in the U.S.
when you're listening.
Because if you
because of the
never be able to
obesity
get
problem.
healthcare.
Because if you end up in the hospital after listening to it, you're fucked.
No.
You might
If
have
you're
a
better off if you're in the UK or Spain,
You might
at least
have,
you get taken care of.
anyways, may cause high blood pressure because there's some bangers on this album. So I'll never feel it does.
I have not listened to it yet. I'm holding out so I can make a proper video because I really want to make a cool one, and I need
Exactly.
to do that soon because I
You've
really
heard
want to hear
Seize
the
the
album.
Fate already, though.
Yeah.
We've heard a few of the tracks on here, right?
Yes. Yeah. Styles on there.
I like how Tamu's cymbals look like glowing mushrooms in that shot.
Yeah. So I gotta say, like this track 2 with that was very different. I was gonna say, like, they have a lot of different things in this album. You guys are gonna be very shocked with the genre if you haven't listened to it yet. And I gotta say, the singles that they released, in my opinion, are the best on the album for sure.
Really?
I think they
See,
chose
that's not something that makes
I
me
know.
happy.
Ray
to
of
hear.
Light, Adabon, Style.
style.
Season of Fate we've heard.
Right.
So everything else is crap. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's good. It's good. It's just really different. It's gonna take you back to where you're like, okay, let me listen to this. Like, there's some surprise songs in there. To me, it sounded like early 2090s, but progressive mixed all together. You know what I mean?
This band,
It's
it's
Nemophila
clear.
playing it.
Yeah, it's clear that they really like to like, what I want to say. They really like to express like their old school kind of roots. They love that kind of music that harkens back to the 90s, a little bit of rap, a little bit of hip hop infused stuff into it. And I've been hearing how diverse the album is. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I gotta say this: the biggest takeaway from the album it was Nemophila does whatever the fuck they want. Because
yeah, dude.
that's
one
my
of my favorite
biggest
things
takeaway
about
from the
any
album.
band.
I'll tell you
That's
that right
awesome.
now. If you like a band that doesn't give a fuck and does any genre they want, Nemophila's your girls. Because like
My
it's-
favorite bands, man.
I do
Yeah.
like that about bands, but I really like Nemophila's new metal sound. So like as much as I want to hear them experiment and do stuff like that, I'm afraid that I'm going to miss the new metal sound if they don't utilize that a lot on this album.
I think it
okay,
was-
for Style and Adabana, did you like those right when they
I
came out,
really
from that
liked
get-go?
I really liked Adabana, but Style took me a while to get into. Yeah.
But
Really?
after a while,
Yeah, I
there's some
like
pretty
St-
cool heavy shit in it, right?
I still like I like Style better now than I did the first time that I heard it, but it's still not like gonna
Champ, let me tell you
match
this.
up with like Dissension or Revive or anything like
Listen,
that.
Right.
listen, Champ. There's not another song that sounds anywhere close to Style on the album. Not even close. So if you think you're gonna get more of
I don't
that-
mind. I don't mind if they
I'm
throw
just-
like rap in there.
I'm just trying to
that's
let
not
you
a
know
problem.
that's how different it is. Like
Right,
Style is the only song that sounds like Style, or like Zen, where
Cool.
correct me if I'm wrong. Zen you would probably like because it's fucking brutal, in your face metal, and I think that's the song. Let me know if I'm wrong.
Does Rock and Roll Is sound like a rock and roll song?
I can't remember what it sounds like, honestly.
Okay, because that was the one that I noticed like on the track list.
Here's a
Rock
snippet
and
of
Roll Is question mark. Sounds like they're going to make a song about what rock and roll sounds like.
So hey, who's going to see them when they come on tour?
Me,
That's
Where
it.
you going?
I will. I don't care wherever.
I'm
Texas, it looks like.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I'm going to Dallas.
I guess I'm going to Dallas. If Champ's going to Dallas, I don't have a confirmation on that other thing yet, Champ.
Uh-oh.
Just letting you know. But
Yeah, we're. Wait, you said you didn't get confirmation yet?
not yet. Yeah. I
Okay.
put it
Well,
in our
either way,
Discord,
I'm
but-
going to see them somewhere, and if we're all going to Dallas, I'll go to Dallas also.
If you three go to Dallas, I'll find a way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fuck my
there
life.
we go.
Oh, there it is.
Fucking guys, you guys meet up.
RIP credit card.
I know, right?
There goes another one.
I'm gonna be busking.
Yeah. Hey, I'm down. Do you guys want to? I can get us a gig if you guys want. We can do some acoustic gigs there because I know a lot of people in Dallas that would help us out and do some shows.
I'll bring my kazoo.
God, what the fuck?
That'd be fucking perfect. Do it.
I'll bring my acoustic guitar.
Do you have a set? You might need different keys.
Oh, I got all the keys right here, baby.
play it.
It doesn't even work. He broke his kazoo.
I forgot how to use it for a second.
Back
You
to,
don't blow in it, dummy.
back to Nemophila. This is a little snippet of Rock and Roll Is right here. And it is a good
I
song.
like that.
It's a great song.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, when you first listen to it, you gotta listen again because it's gonna throw you for a loop. Especially with Enton, it like throws you off after. So you're like, "What is this?" After Seize the Fate, it's like you don't
With
don't
that
expect
voice
it.
that comes in.
And then there's like almost like a boy bandish boy, like back '90s those girl groups or whatever. They do like this softer style of vocals, and you're like, "What is
Cool.
going on?"
Really?
Like a
Yeah.
Spice Girl song?
Almost.
I could
I
get
mean-
into a Spice Girl song done by Nemophila. I'm not even joking about that.
Not
So
exactly
they
like
canceled
that,
the
but
Mexico shows.
oh
Seeing in the
no.
chat.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well,
That is weird.
there's a lot of trouble going on in Mexico right now.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're gonna keep getting canceled.
Yeah, it's not tour related as much as
It's
circumstance related.
the violence.
Like where it is, right?
It's the violence.
Yeah.
I know
Cartels.
my mother-in-law and father-in-law started going back over to Mexico, but they're like still really weary. Like I don't let my son, like my wife, my son don't go there anymore. But they would go over there, but it's getting too dangerous because you don't know because like there's people catching stray bullets over there sometimes. So it's like it's pretty dangerous.
Sounds like a fucking
So-
war zone, bro. Every time you guys talk about that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Goddamn.
It's really sad, but it sounds like Alan's describing the ballad of on the album. I don't think it sounds like a ballad though. It doesn't sound like a ballad like in the first album they have a legit like it sounds like a ballad. But for me, ballad is something like very grand, and this was very chill of a song. So that's why I didn't feel like a ballad to me. I can't remember.
I
Which
can't
one
wait
it
to
was.
hear this. I can't wait to hear
I
this
know.
album. I'm super excited about it. Like I was sick all week. I didn't record anything, but like I saw that it dropped, and I was just like I knew it was going to drop. I was been waiting for it. But I really want to. Like they're one of my favorite bands out there right now. Like they're probably top 3. They deserve like the focus and the just. I want to watch this for like an hour straight and just break
that's
down
why
everything.
Well, I'm waiting too. I want to really hear it.
How are the bridges on the album, Alan? Did you notice? I'm a big bridge guy.
Oh, you'll love them. They sound great.
Okay.
I'm
Sweet.
like I said, I'm listening to it like 3 more times after this because I'm making a video also about it. Like I want to listen to it in depth because I was listening to it in passing. I listened to it twice. I'm sorry. Waiting for you. Waiting for you is the more of the pop punk song like that.
That sounded like pop punk. What you just played right there.
That's the only new song that I've fully reacted to so far.
What did you think? What did you think of that song?
I freaking love it. I was curious about how like typical Nemophila fans would receive it because it's very simplistic for Nemophila.
If anything, this shows that all the covers they did, you know, they probably like the covers. They didn't just do them.
Oh yeah.
It's clearly inspiration that they really, you know, they really took.
I'm telling you all right now, the theme of this album was Nemophila does not give a fuck, and they did whatever they want. That is the theme of this album. I'm telling you.
What direction you want to go? Yes.
Guys, so you haven't heard any of the samples, Ryan and Champ?
Not really.
Before the podcast started, I would listen to like the first 4 seconds of every song. Does that count?
Okay. Sure.
I started to, then I'm like, nah, I don't want to fucking hear anything.
Like the last track on the album though has a very distinct homage to a popular
Soaring
style, huh?
Soaring?
Yeah. Like like it straight out of the early 2000s, like what was it, goth punk rock band.
It's the funny thing about that wave. That's just an outro to that
goth
album.
punk rock band.
Yeah, it's not even like a full on song.
Are you thinking of My Chemical Romance? Now I just want to guess what you're thinking.
How did you know?
Oh, that was right. Okay. Goth punk. All right, sure. Yeah,
but that was just the outro, huh?
You know, this is.
I haven't heard the full song.
I want to say this real quick because this is a really good point. I think sometimes as musicians we get caught up in the complexity of music, and sometimes like this is a really good point. Chronos says simple can be good, just like overcomplication can be bad, and I agree with that. There's some bands where like the overcomplication gets too much, and my brain fucking hurts. I have to take a break, and then I'll listen to a band that's simpler, and then I'll go to the complicated band afterwards. I do that a lot.
Like everything else, there's balance to it. You know what I mean? Like if you're sacrificing melody for the sake of complication, then that's a negative. If you're sacrificing technicality for the sake of making something sound more mainstream, I think that's just as much of an issue. I think there should be a balance between technicality, and melody. And you find that happy balance, which I think BAND-MAID does perfectly 99% of the time. That's where I think that the best music comes from.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even with BAND-MAID, when they have the more complex songs, because there is BAND-MAID songs where my brain's like, fuck my life, and I have to take a break from it. So I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't do that to me, because there's some, like, Unseen World, like
HGK.
I make sure I'm in the mood for complex stuff. But the cool thing about BAND-MAID is I can go to, not saying it's simpler, but I can go to older albums and just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
It is simpler, simpler, right?
I do enjoy the complex albums, but when I listen to the complex ones, my brain just turns on and says, hey, pay the fuck attention, and then I can't do anything else. So like sometimes I like to listen to music while I'm doing things. So like with BAND-MAID, the cool thing is I have albums for certain moods I'm in. If I'm like, oh cool, I need to do some music studying, I'm gonna go listen to Unseen World and Unleash and really pay attention to the licks and stuff. Ryan and I had an hour conversation, I think, yesterday about this, like where like some of the riffs are just like not even riffs or like makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
We're trying to go through it. So that's the cool thing about BAND-MAID. For me, there's albums for certain situations for me. Like like I told you guys, I was obsessed with World Domination when the tour was going on. I was just in the mood for heavier BAND-MAID. Like not that the other ones were heavier, but it was heavy and technical but the right amount of technical. It was just like perfect for my mood. And then if I really want complex shit, I'm listening to Unseen World and listening to Protest the Hero and throwing in all those kind of bands, those technical bands. But
totally.
Yeah. Shout out to Dennis Calhoun. Thank you very much. He says Mircord meetup after the Tokyo Garden Theater concert. Can't wait to meet you, the other MAID fans.
Nice. Rock on, Dennis.
Yeah.
Rock on.
Sorry, I won't be there. For all those that are going, that's fucking cool, man. I really wish I could be there, but I'm planning on going to Japan in June. So
sweet.
I don't know what's going to be going on there, but I'm not going for bands. I just want to go because I've always wanted to go. But hopefully there's going to be somebody playing around that time. We'll get to see somebody. But I've seen there's a lot of people meeting up there, and there's some Japanese fans and Mircord members in Japan that are helping out immensely. And I just gotta say thanks to like Pohoji-san's over there, and he's really helpful and really willing to help anybody who has any questions about staying there and where they can go and everything. So it's really cool to see this, what we experienced in person here in the States going on the tour. Now it's going to happen in Japan for people that are, a lot going over there for, probably the first time. And they're not going to be as apprehensive about it because they know they got somebody there that's already helping them out.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking great, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Very cool.
So Lonesome Blue also did the same thing that Nemophila did. They released. Go ahead.
Is your original sound off now? You're a little quiet.
Lonesome Blue, they did their first album, Second to None, which is releasing. I can't remember. It's December 21st. It's coming up soon. But if you guys want to check it out, they also have a preview of the songs and everything. Face to Fear, Body Rock, It's My Time. All these titles right here that you see on the screen for people listening. So number 5 is Mine, 6 Hide and Seek, 7 Superhero, 8 Aura, 9 Blind in the Chaos, and 10 Rising Up for Gloria. And it sounds interesting. I don't know if the previews are giving it full on justice, but when I checked it out, Face to Fear, of course, just stuck out. So it sticks out so much. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to listen to this, but just curious on your guys' thoughts if you did.
Face of Fear is still a standout within the previews?
Yeah, within the previews is still the biggest standout, in my opinion.
All right. Dang.
Yeah. The other ones
I wonder if
good.
that's just because you know it and know that you like it already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Man, it could be that. It could be that. And but I can't wait for it to release. I'm really excited to check it out. I know when we watched Welcome to Heavenly Secret Base, that song was awesome. But it's interesting.
Is that on there?
No, they just have it in there. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if they'll have more like that or something. I'm not sure, but
interesting.
This is another thing that Ryan and I were talking about. When Lonesome Blue, when I was first listening to him on their EP, I wasn't into as much, but then all of a sudden, like I said, Face to Fear and that song in particular, like, really grabbed my attention. And so I'm really curious. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for the album to come out to see how it sounds.
Yeah.
Holy
thank you, Son of Waffle, for the super chat.
Dude, thank you so much. That
yeah,
crazy
Cena.
You rock, my friend.
You rock.
Can we give him some sort of like a sound effect or something?
Thank you so much, dude.
Let's sing a song about
Casino
Waffle.
My computer crashed and it didn't pop up until just now. Thank you so much.
That is awesome, man. Y'all rock too. Thank you very much.
Champ, continue singing your song for him. I think that
was Waffle.
You get a whole song by Champ.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I will sing for anybody that spends $100 on us. Also, if you don't want to hear me sing, I will sing. I will not sing for anybody that wants
$100.
Do $100.
$2, Champ will stop singing.
Yes, you must pay me to stop singing.
Let's
going
not make
forward.
it too expensive.
They were like, maybe Ryan should pull out the guitarist thing then.
I'll have to have a riff ready for a different. I don't know. Super chats are just fucking great. Thank you guys.
Yeah, seriously, thank you so much. You guys are crazy. That was
funding
amazing.
Alan's credit card habit.
I was kidding. All right, guys. I was kidding.
His bill for the month.
Fuck.
That's
Maybe we'll get to pay taxes this year.
That's not happening. Everyone's gonna.
Should have probably let that go. Sorry.
Thanks for bringing that up again, Ryan. This is how jokes get taken out of context. All right. Oh man, thank you again so much, Saint Waffle. Seriously, that means the world to us. Thank you so much.
You.
All right. Anyways, Lonesome Blue. What were we saying? Yeah, it's coming out soon. Check it out. It's coming out on 21st of December. It was right in front of my face, and yeah, so go check it out.
Is this
21st? Okay, gotcha.
Is this a new thing that bands are releasing teaser videos of their albums, or has that been going on? Because the first time I saw it was Nemophila this week.
Yeah, same. And then
it's been happening in the K-pop world for at least since I started getting into it, and once I started noticing this happen in the rock world, I think they might be kind of taking it from there.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna start doing it. Like we're working on Dichotics EP. I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm definitely doing the whole preview thing because
it's a great idea because it allows everybody to get excited for it and to have conversation about it. You know, it's like when you hear like 15 seconds of each song, it allows people to just like, even if it's negative conversation, sometimes the conversation gets started and it gets people to want to talk about it. I think it's brilliant. You see all the comments in the YouTube sections too when they do that. I actually couldn't find the Nemophila one though. I was looking for that. I don't even know where you guys found that. It doesn't look like
it was on their
page.
channel. It was. Maybe they took it down after they released the album.
I think it's just really fucking hard to find things on YouTube nowadays. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, dude, this past week with YouTube has been. Have you guys noticed?
What?
Like, YouTube just has tanked.
Yes,
Like,
I have.
no interaction with, like, they're not showing videos to anyone.
All of my recommended has changed. My subscription, I don't get the notifications that I used to get. People are telling me that they're not getting notifications for my videos.
Champ is fighting with Google, so I don't know, but they seem to suck me in. I'm kidding, Champ. I don't know.
Google sucks you. See, that's why they like you. I need some sucking action with Google.
You're a willing participant.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alfarius
Omegon.
You're right.
Yeah, man. Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna go to whatever I can. I gotta check out Yuketsu Blizzard for punk. Passcode, I would love to see. Any bands that I've checked out on the live streams, you guys are just so cool to give me like really cool bands to check out. I would see any of those bands, man. I mean, even bands where I'm like, it's not my thing, but I would enjoy a show. I really mean that. Like, if I'm over there and there's just some a place I can go to see a band, I'm gonna go.
Hey, go to Denver with us, man. Let's go see Otoboke Beaver. Have you checked them out yet? They're fucking crazy punk band.
Yeah, I think.
We watched a little clip.
Cool.
Didn't we?
Cheap ass tickets, $18.
Pretty insane.
Cheap ass tickets. Sorry, we're in a fucking mood today.
Phrasing. Someone's got to do it.
Damn.
In a mood. When is that?
Right. I agree with that statement now about Ryan being horny today. I don't know.
Because I mentioned ass kick, it doesn't mean. Oh my god. When are they going to be there?
I don't even remember. It's in March. It's in March, I think.
Anyway, I had one more thought on the teaser things. Is that
Go
like
ahead.
if it's a band that you've never heard before, it's a nice way to like get a feel for what their music's like in a short amount of time without having to listen to a full album.
I mean, it's hard to get to know like what something's going to sound like from like 15 seconds, but I do feel like, I don't know. Do you guys ever listen to like the first 5 seconds of a song before you like listen to it later on or something? Because I do that sometimes if I don't have time. And I feel like that does kind of like hype me up. It does prime me a little bit. Just hearing like an intro of a song can prime you. So I do think it's a nice tool. But I have also heard it go the other way. Like I remember the last Dreamcatcher album that came out. They did a teaser for it, and I hated the teaser. I thought the teaser, they released the like 5-minute teaser, the 15 seconds per clip, made the whole thing sound like it was not going to be a good album.
Oh.
And then when I heard the album, I was like, this is fucking great. So it can definitely have a negative, but it still starts the combo.
I agree with you because that's what I feel about the Lonesome Blue. The teasers, I don't know if it did it justice. So that's why I feel like I have to wait for the album to come out.
Did it justice or was representative of the rest of the album? It's a different thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't.
Because I feel the first
think
one
it was.
didn't really do that. Yeah,
I don't think it was representing what could. Because I mean, there's no way that. Because Face of Fears, that's a fucking great song, and I can't imagine them having other songs not as good as that one. Maybe. But maybe I think
that's a surprisingly tough thing to do, to write an album that's cohesive with itself, because like
without it sounding the same.
I don't know about you guys, but like I want to experiment and try as many different things as possible with sound, which is probably to a fault because it ends up having no clear direction or like vibe.
Just do what Nemophila does. They don't give a fuck.
Total ADHD. Yeah, but they have like insane talent to back it up. So no matter what style they're playing, like just the way they play it is so freaking cool.
Oh man!
I guess it's just if you're really good, it doesn't matter what you're playing. It's the truth.
Right.
There's got to be a through sound through that ties everything together.
I think that's the toughest part about making a cohesive album, where it's like you want it to sound like you, right?
Diverse, yeah.
You want it to be
album.
diverse, but you also want it to still sound like, what you are. You don't want it to veer too far away from being recognizable to your brand, right? But at the same time, you don't want it to be so similar that it starts to sound repetitive, right? So it's like, again, balancing game. Everything.
I also don't want to be able to know what a song is just by hearing the first few seconds.
And
if that's it, then it's a pretty fucking
and
boring
Wave,
song.
stop putting yourself down. God damn it!
Yeah, you're
you're
freaking
talented enough. Fuck.
You're a
That's
little
why I
musical
threw my
wizard,
head
Wave.
back. I'm just like, Jesus, stop putting yourself down. Just fucking write music, put it out, and just do it. Who gives a fuck?
Play every instrument.
Or not?
Thank you. I'm so glad I get to talk to you guys though, because you all have such different perspectives that I've never thought of. Like Champ talking about building your brand and like making sense. The stuff I would have never thought of before.
Well, that's just like I think about.
Would have thought of him talk about making sense.
What do you mean, bro? All I make is sense. I don't make dollars. Are you kidding me? It's just pennies and nickels over here.
When all you make is sense,
That's a good one.
you got to be good at something, right?
I want to hear a
Pennies on
kazoo
the
solo
dollar.
song. Okay, kazoo solo song. Let's go.
Yes.
Thank
You
you,
guys
Goya,
need
for
to get
upgrading your membership.
Oh, thank you, Goya.
Hell yeah, man.
You guys need to get kazoos, and then we can do 4-part harmonies for our intro song.
Oh, I'm
That
down.
would be awesome.
I am
go.
not against that. Let me see if
I
I can
am.
find
You guys.
one.
And
Something like that.
I'm down. Let's
If we
go.
all
my
do it at
God.
the same time with a harmony.
It'll sound
I would love
amazing.
to see if we could actually put together like a 15-second clip with just kazoos that actually sounds cool. I bet if we tried hard, we could do it.
yeah.
Let's do it. Get your kazoos.
By the way, back to the
Try
Otoboke
hard.
Beaver thing. It's March 3rd, Ryan, is the show that we're going to with
Okay.
with Tina. And they have a bunch
Oh.
of shows,
If
guys.
she's going, I'll be there.
Oh, wow. She's not going anymore. Just kidding. We're just saying
I
that
wanna
to
meet that
lure you
fucking
over
guy.
there. Just kidding. So, December 23rd, they are in Tokyo, actually. So they're doing their shows in Japan first. I didn't even realize that. And then they'll be coming over here. I think they're going to Florida first. And then maybe that's something, because, BAND-MAID's going to Florida, right? Maybe this is a cheaper flight over there from Japan. What do you think?
Isn't that on the other side of the?
To
Isn't it?
Florida, I feel like it
Country.
wouldn't be.
Yeah, don't they have to fly to
feel like-
Seattle or like the West Coast
it's
first?
West Coast closer.
But they're
Maybe
going
it's
to,
on their way to the fucking UK.
I thought this was weird, though. They're going to Atlanta, Nashville, and then jumping straight to New York after Nashville, Tennessee. Maybe that is normal. I don't know. But
Wait a
and then-
minute, they're going to New York.
Yep. They're going to Philly.
I don't know if wait, who are we talking about right now?
Otoboke Beaver. I don't know if you'd
No.
like them, champ.
What? We're talking about BAND-MAID all of a
I
sudden.
thought you were talking about Nemophila, and I was like, I guess I'm not going to Dallas then. Okay, but so far we're good.
No, dude, we wouldn't even
What?
tell
Why
you.
don't you think? Why don't you think I would like them? Just out of curiosity.
Maybe you might. They're
What do you know about me, Alan, that makes you think that I wouldn't?
I don't know. I don't know if you'd be in the crazy. I know you like heavy stuff, and this is not heavy. This is like in your face punk. Like
No, I could get on board with some of
Yeah?
that, baby. No effects. Are you talking about like
they're
punk
harsher.
rock or like
they're harsher
pop
than
punk?
they're harsher than no effects. I would say. I would say
Misfits?
no. 'Cause-
Harsher than that?
Yeah, because they don't have like it's more of like I don't know how to say it.
Bring up
It's like hardcore punk, like that straight up yelly kind of punk,
Yeah, we watched that clip from their Instagram, and it was just absolutely insane.
yeah.
Mm.
So that's what I mean. It's not like Misfits, there's singing and stuff in it.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying they don't have singing in it, but it's very far in between with the melodic vocals from what I've heard.
Gotcha. Okay,
So-
I hear you.
Yeah.
It's one of the bands that I'm probably not going to listen to them a lot. I actually don't listen to them, but if there's a chance to see them live, I'm going to see them because I know it's going to be a great show.
Exactly. I think they'll put on a great show.
Cool.
Probably not something I want to play in the car, but at a show, hell yeah. It's kind of like what's that band I always talk about? Hatebreed, like another band I wouldn't listen to in the car, but their shows were fucking amazing.
Dude, I've seen them.
I've seen it like
It's a
3
fucking
times.
great show, dude.
Yeah.
God damn.
What
I
is
played
it
with
about them?
Hatebreed.
That's fucking
What?
awesome.
Yeah, one
Played with
time
them?
over in Jersey. They came here. They played. I don't know. I would say it was probably 2001. No, 2004. I think it was. They came over to Jersey. They played this like tiny ass venue, and this was like people knew who Hatebreed was already. Like they were pretty popular. There was only like 50, 60 people at this place or whatever, and we just called the venue and we were like, "Do you guys need an opening band for the Hatebreed show?" And they were like, "Yeah." Sure, come on over. And we played 5 songs before they went on, and it was cool. It was fun.
Dude,
we met them.
You
They
are
were
full
cool
of
dudes.
surprises.
Am
cool,
I?
man.
It was fun.
Steve
See, the thing is,
Buscemi?
yeah, yeah. Steve Buscemi joined us on stage. Also, I forgot to mention that part.
What?
No, that didn't happen. But no, we played with Hatebreed, and the funny thing is, I didn't like Hatebreed at the time, and then after we played with them, I was like, these guys fucking rule. They're my best. They're my besties.
Alan, I just sent you that Instagram clip if you want to show Champ to remind him to Gabuki Beaver.
All right, yeah, let me pull it up.
The nice.
Just butchered that.
Hatebreed adds 20 pounds to my deadlift. Yeah, dude. They're a band that'll get you going.
Hold on.
They make you they give you confidence.
Yeah, I'm curious. Maybe I wasn't here the week that you guys showed me.
Excuse me, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean.
That's it.
And they have
It's
somewhat
intense.
calmer elements to their music, but yeah, that's pretty insane.
It was intense. I would definitely give it a shot, though. I'd give it a chance. They seem like they're having some fun, you know? And I always like it when a band is having fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
So, Chainsaw Man continues to come out with bangers. I'm actually gonna check this out for the first time. I heard part of it, but MA, I think I'm saying it
MA,
right,
yes.
came out with a new song. We had TK. I can't wait to check that out today. I'm doing full band reaction today, so that should be fun. We're checking out both these songs. I cannot wait because I've loved most of the Chainsaw Man endings. They've been great. But MA explores darkness and loss in Deep Down music video. And this is an ending for Chainsaw Man, premiered on December 13th with a mini album by the same name released December 14th. So I definitely have to check that out. She's a really good vocalist. Shout out to Davis who introduced me to them.
She's amazing at singing, obviously, but her backing band is also just absolutely fantastic and probably doesn't get the credit that they deserve. They are like they're like master artists at their instruments, and they don't play heavy music or anything like that. But they like take like, you know, a genre that is generally that I wouldn't think of as like, you know, needing to be overly complicated in the actual production of the music itself, and they add all of these little elements to make you like, if you're a musician, to like keep you focusing on what they're doing in the background also. Beyond her just being like this beautiful singer with a beautiful voice, the band itself is actually fantastic.
Yeah, and if you don't know the story with her, she had to recover from vocal issues that she had, the vocal surgery, if I'm not mistaken. So she had to like sing softly, and there was a whole procedure she had to go through, and now she's like famous, super famous in Japan. You know,
Her stuff stuff is just cool. She has cool songs. She makes cool music.
The music video gives us a glimpse into the intriguing world of people who seem to be immersed in a virtual reality where they are with their loved ones, though in reality, those loved ones are no longer with them. So very dark video. I'm very excited to see how they put it together. So the music video is suited beautifully, is suited to the beautifully haunting song, which includes dark themes of pain, sorrow, and loss, trying it together with certain plot points within the TV anime Chainsaw Man. The song was written for the ending credits themes of the anime's 9th episode, and it does go with the episode, if I'm not mistaken, a certain character. Anyways, I'm not gonna give any spoilers. It goes with the show.
Shit happens.
The show. Shit happens. Chainsaw Man is so good, man. I don't know, I got right back into anime at like the perfect time, I guess. And I'm just so happy I did with Chainsaw Man because, like I've said before, the music, we tried watching it before, and I got into Japanese music because of anime, and now I'm getting back into anime because of the music. So it's like full circle, and it's just a really cool journey to go down.
It sounds like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Sounds really interesting.
And also, like, I don't think I would ever discover like Kenshi, who is like amazing. He was an amazing Vocaloid producer. Now he does his own stuff now, and or not Kenshi.
Oh,
That's a different guy. Sorry, I'm mixing them up. But anyways, the endings are great. I'm gonna mess it up. But there was a couple Vocaloid producers that went to singer that are on all these endings that I never thought I would like, and I'm loving a lot of it. I've been getting big into the Vocaloid music, so it's really cool.
There's something. Go ahead. Wave.
sorry, your voice is quiet again.
I need a signal for
Alan's
resetting your
audio.
audio.
Yeah. You guys can still hear me anyways, right?
Yeah, I just want to say that, like, because I've been watching anime for the first time now also, and like it's not just the OSTs that are so good. It's like even just the background music. Like I'll be watching like Attack on Titan or whatever, and I find myself just like bobbing back and forth while I'm looking at the screen the whole time, because I'm just like rocking out to all the stuff that's happening in the background too. Like I feel like they put in so much more effort.
Oh, you know what?
In these shows than like most of the shows that I watch over here where I'm like not even noticing the music in the back.
I think I was right about Kenshi. He was a Vocaloid producer before, because I think he's like 31 now. It's Kickback is the song I'm talking about. That song is really
31?
freaking good. Yeah, and then Vondi, that Vondi song's amazing. Like, it's so cool because I'm just getting into a whole other realm of musicians that are on the brink of like, it's not really full on rock or hard rock, but it's really, but it has elements of it, and it's just really cool. It's really good music.
Nice.
But, Devil Oof. One last thought.
Oof.
The oof. One last thought. I think those Vocaloid producers are just really good at writing music, since they had to do all the programming of the vocals and stuff. I think all that practice with that, they're just able to crank out these amazing songs. I think.
Does anybody
really
have
big
any
thing of it.
idea like the difficulty level of actually using it? Like, do you have like the notes and then you like, okay, Vocaloid thing, do this, or do you have to do
I'm gonna give you
the enunciation and shit like that?
Yeah, so here's a rough explanation of it. It's kind of like when we use Melodyne or anything. There's when you have the wave out there, we could technically do Vocaloid ourselves, but they have other programs to use. It's pretty much where you have these 3 dots on the bottom of the note and 3 dots at the top, and you can warp the wave to fit enunciation, or if you want vibrato, you can make it tremolo, and you can literally adjust it individually.
So they got to like sculpt out.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Because even when
you type what you want it to say, and then it uses the sounds to make it.
That's the other part of it. Yeah, but after that, when they edit it to actually sound legit, the ones that go in there and go note by note to actually make it form, they go through that whole other process with the tuning. And
there's nobody actually records anything, right?
The typing. Do you
It's
remember
all
what the name of
samples of like different sounds?
Yeah, do you remember what the name of that program was? Wave, where they type it in.
Wasn't it Vocaloid?
For the Vocaloid, yeah, but there's like a specific thing that they use.
Hatsune Miku one.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to look into it. I definitely want to look further into it.
It just seems really interesting. It seems like it maybe started as a thing, like it was a possibility, so somebody did it, and they're like, "Wow, that sounds really cool," and then it kind of took off. Now you have musicians you have fantastic singers that are gaining notoriety by covering Vocaloid songs, and it seems like this weird kind of cyclical thing that, I mean, it's working out, but it's like, why wouldn't you just have a singer? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like it's like an experiment that worked, and people kind of dug the aspect of it.
Yeah.
Here,
we were talking about this on my live stream because Jake Sega Zora, he requested this song, You Made Me Nemu from Denpagumi Inc., who she was singing along with a Vocaloid that was made using her voice.
Oh, wow.
Live. So it was her original voice singing with a character who was lip syncing to her pre-recorded Vocaloid voice that was made with her voice. It was
okay. I got information about the Vocaloid wave. So yes, it was literally called that. I thought there was another software name. I thought there was like another alternative, but yeah, there's an actual software. They have a stable release called Vocaloid 6 that just came out on October 13th. 2022. And Vocaloid is a singing voice synthesizer software product. Its signal processing was developed through a joint research project led by Kenmochi and Pompeu. I'm probably saying that weird, from the university in Barcelona, Spain. In 2000, was not originally intended to be for full commercial project. So it wasn't even intended to be for that.
So I was right,
Dang.
basically.
It feels
cool,
like
man.
so
It's
much
just-
work to me, like to actually take like a note and have to change that note individually to make it sound the way that you want to. Like, it seems like to record a song, it would take forever, or to create a song. Or
the
whatever.
interesting thing on here is mentions the operating system. So this was released in 2004, and the operating systems for Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, iOS, mobile. There's a mobile Vocaloid editor, but it's only Japan. It's Japan only for the mobile one. So
I would think it's the same kind of tedious work, Champ. Like you're saying that pretty much all electronic producers are used to, if they're using like Ableton or FL Studio, because with any instrument you're painting in any kind of e-synth or something, you do that tedious note by note work, crafting all the
It's just another, I guess it's just another instrument in that case, right?
Yeah.
It's like what you would
much.
be doing for everything else. You're just adding the vocals as another instrument.
So look at this. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually pretty cheap in consideration for like what it does. $225 for the actual plugin for the software.
Honestly, it's so
VST.
funny how many times we've talked about Vocaloid and explained what it is, and I still feel like I only understand about 28% of it.
28.
I'm almost like
Edging on 29.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm almost tempted to save up and get this just to like test it out on stream. Just to understand it, because
You know, I looked up for the there's a what was the Vocaloid, the Hatsune, god damn it, I can never get the
Hatsune
name right.
Miku?
Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, Hatsune Miku guitar pedal I mentioned before, and it's like $500 to $1,000 depending on where you get it. I'm like, well, that would be cool, but I'm not fucking paying for that.
So when you plug into that Hatsune Miku pedal, does it turn into like an anime girl's voice?
Dude, your guitar comes through, and as you play it, there's different selections on it where you can have like melody, or Anderton's Music has a video on it. It's the only place I really saw anybody use it, and it changes the tone, or you can have like phrases, and when you bend the notes, it's funny. Like, I don't know how useful it would be, but it'd be if it was like super useful, it'd be worth the money. But as a gimmick, I don't think I'm going to pay that much just to fuck around with it for an hour and a half
Right.
and then put it on a shelf.
Can you like pre-select words, or is it just random?
It's more random. Like, you can, it'll give you vocalizations on the melody you're playing, but you don't like control it, obviously.
So you're like, every time you play, you're making an NFT because you can't be consistent with it.
I guess. Yeah.
So looking at this, so there's they have 4 banks right now. So they have Chinese, English, and Japanese. The Chinese is planned to be released, so it's not ready. But I've heard Chinese Vocaloid before, so somebody's figured it out. So there's multilingual singing. Vocaloid is compatible with voice banks for vocalists. I love this. Robot voice, yes. Auto breath insertion, yes.
Oh wow!
So that's crazy. So you could add in the breathing effect. It's so weird. Hey, there's a trial. You know what? If you guys are down, maybe we should do a stream. Maybe I'll get the trial and we'll just like fuck around with it and see what it does.
That'd be
That's
fun.
really
Yeah.
cool.
It's kind of like 3D animation. They're trying to get more and more like you can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not. It's like, at some point, why don't you just use a fucking person?
I know.
Like, we almost got it. Let's put a person in there, and it's gonna be the real thing.
I was watching this drummer. I like watching him a lot. His name's Samus66 or something like that, and he's a badass drummer. He has some videos, and he's showing like the easy bass, and like he wrote the riff, and then he pulls up easy bass. He just drops the riff into the easy bass, and it makes this sick ass bass line. I'm like, what the fuck, like. It's like, what do you do? And then I looked into it, and it's so intensive. Like, you can change the slide, how it slides in and out with the notes. I'm like, it's pretty much like Vocaloid, but for bass. I mean, they've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Then there's
an easy
piano.
drummer too.
Yeah, I got Easy Drummer.
But the thing with Easy Drummer and Easy Bass, the thing that I actually like about the programs is they're actual sampled instruments. And what I used to do when I was in the studio, I sampled my kit. And that was pretty awesome because if you have Superior Drummer, I could take my kit samples. If I made my own samples, I could put them in there, and then you would do a bunch of different hits, and there are a bunch of like MIDI files, and you upload those in there, and then you can just go back to it. So like I can access my Mapex kit through Superior Drummer whenever I do it. So if I need to do another layer of drums or something, and that's tedious as fuck to do. Like that's really crazy.
But this is really interesting though, because like it takes having to learn that skill out of the equation, because you're trading, like either you get someone that can do it live, like a good singer, a good musician, but they've put in thousands of hours of work into that. So like it's taking away that need to have to practice and develop the skill, and instead you can do it with software. So it's like, in the future, will this discourage people from learning those instruments?
Well, I think you still need to learn it because of music. You still need to know music theory. I think music theory is gonna become more important, because when you go into those programs, it's not easy. You actually got to learn the skill of operating that program. Because I remember Superior Drummer was intense. So I don't know how to think about it. Like, you're gonna now, instead of going to learn the drums, is it easier just to learn? Because to me,
that's
it's
what I'm
easier
saying.
to
Like,
to me, it's easier to play a drum beat and record it and then to fix it afterwards.
But that's only because you've been playing it.
But that's only
because you know how to play drums. If you don't know how to play drums and you're starting from scratch,
is it easier
to pull a beat?
I don't know. It might be the same.
Yeah,
although to answer Wave's question, though, I think it's already happening, right? Like, I mean, a lot of music that's being created nowadays is created electronically rather than with instruments.
My question is, though, like, okay, so Wave understands drums. He's played different styles of beats. If you've never played drums and don't understand different styles of beats, how do you know to put the right thing in, you know?
Dude, because it
you
says
listen to
rock
music,
beat, jazz beat, funk beat, and you go, here's sounds cool. And it's basic enough that you're
if
gonna
you
be
ever
like,
try those programs, it's very stale because it's like the fill doesn't make sense, and you're like, well, no, a normal
organic.
Yeah, a normal drummer like Wave would not do that fill. Like he wouldn't.
Dude, I don't know, man. I got Easy Drummer, and I was able to put together some pretty cool shit. And it wasn't like, if I was a drummer, I would do this. It's like, here's 5 or 6 different options, and you can, this one's a little faster, this one's slower.
But Wave has more than 5 or 6 options at his disposal.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like he was saying, if you're not a musician, you're not a drummer, and you're trying to make a song, you can definitely make a fucking pretty convincing song.
When I hear people use
what I'm trying to say is, you listen to music and you hear the drum beats, and if you hear it and you know what you want it to sound like, we all create music inspired by what we like listening to. So if you hear the drum beat that you want in your head, you can make it easily with Easy Drummer without having to learn how to play it, Right. That's what I was trying to say.
But people aren't going to do that. They're going to go through.
They're already doing that.
No, but like not everybody's going to do that. Like the good ones are going to do that. So I still think there's going to be some human element, because if they do what Ryan does and choose between those 6 selection, you're going to hear all the same fills and a bunch of songs. I'm like,
You will, and I think here's my question, right? Oh my God, you just brought up. I have so many questions about this now. You guys were just talking about that. So one, like, what's a DJ? Like, they're doing that already, right? Like, they are programming beats. Most of them probably aren't actually professional drummers, right? But they're programming beats and creating like these EDM songs or whatever that have drums in them, and they're doing that all on a computer. So that's happening, and they're doing that without being professional musicians, outside of being able to create the beats or whatever. But at the same time, I totally understand what Alan's saying, because the amount of times that people come into my comment sections and are like, thank you for explaining what we're hearing, type of a comment, makes me think that like a lot of people might not be able to just like kind of like hear it and be like, okay, I know how I would want to do this if I were to put it together also.
Right.
So
how many times have we bitched about how fucking boring popular radio is? People don't. And it's musicians appreciate little differences in music and stuff, but the vast majority of people don't give a fuck.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's already a ton of people making music that's not really worth listening to.
And I'm not trying to dissuade people from using humans. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, it's pretty easy to make a track with it with what's available and make it a pretty convincing track.
Yeah, I do think that people are doing it and people can do it, but I always think that it's going to be more consistently impressive and listenable if it's done with real human people that actually understand music theory and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, my main question at the start of this was, will people continue to learn those crafts? Like for me as a kid, I didn't have video games. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have access to the internet. So I actually had time to dedicate myself to learning this craft. And that's why I am where I am today. But like with all the distractions now, and if you can make the same, close to the same sounds with software where you don't have to learn that craft, will people be motivated to learn it?
I think it'll become more valuable.
I think they'll learn the instrument once they hit limitations with the software, because I think there is limitations eventually. Because when I did piano pieces, I started learning piano 5 years ago because I realized the piano synths I was putting behind my music felt weird. And I'm like, there's something I'm not understanding, so I took piano lessons. But that's just me. That's what I did, because I did use MIDI, and I would program it because I understood like how to program. I could figure out the notes on the guitar, and then it matched it up, right? But then afterwards, I'm like, oh shit, it doesn't make sense though. Something's missing. And then I learned, and then I understood what I was missing out on piano, because then I started understanding. Because some people like me, I couldn't listen to a piano piece and figure out how to program it. Like I'm not that good. Like I could listen to piano and be like, that's fucking amazing, but I have no clue how to program that. So I had to learn piano to figure out how to program it. So I think it could go back and forth. But like I said, that's just me though. Some people can listen to piano and just program it no problem, or they have that AI where it tracks all the pieces and puts it in. I don't know.
I'm going to support and counter my own comment on that. So like I said, I could bring up Easy Drummer, and I've used it to make up like just backing tracks, real quick backing tracks, so I could play along to it, right? And I put videos out using that, and it's really fucking cool. And I thought, well, I can use this for my own music. Right. And what did I do? I fucking called up Wave. I'm like, hey man, you want to play some tracks on my music? It's just, it's fucking better. Can I do it? Yes. But I mean, it's for making backing tracks, something simple to jam to, you can do it. And you can I can put some great guitar elements over it and singing to where if I want that to focus, then nobody's going to give a fuck about the drums. Man, the guitar is really good. So it's a tool, but ultimately I want somebody who knows
it's got a lower, it's got a lower ceiling, right? Like you can get there, but it doesn't reach the same heights as like if you had humans doing it themselves.
Yeah, but when it comes down to it, I'd rather have a skilled drummer playing on what I think is skilled musicianship on my end, because I'm always going to be like, it probably could be something different,
Right. I want to follow up on what Wave said though, too, because like he was asking, right, like would this, make people maybe less interested in playing the instruments? And my follow-up question to that would be, has that already happened? Like, I wonder how many people are playing instruments today versus how many people were playing instruments in like 1991 or whatever. Now that there are softwares out there that make it so that you don't have to. I mean, we hear so much more electronic music today than we don't.
I for sure think more people play instruments more often today because
it's easier to play along with shit now because there's
I think you're wrong about that. I have nothing. I have no evidence to back that up whatsoever. But I talk to like, my son or whatever. Like he doesn't have any friends that are playing instruments outside of like the instruments that they're asking them to play at like school or anything like that. They're not forming bands or anything at his school, So like there are a couple outliers or whatever. But at my school, when out in 1999 or whatever, there was like 20 bands in my school.
Yeah, well, big difference between forming bands and then people playing instruments. My son plays, and what have you been doing today? He's like, I was teaching Gage how to play guitar, and then his like four of his friends play guitar, but they're not like trying to get a band together. But I'm up here and I heard him playing around. I said, and I was editing something. I stopped and went out there. I'm like, hey, you work on like tremolo picking? He's like, yeah, I'm learning the solo for Master of Puppets. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like watching TikTok. They take him step by step through Master of Puppets, and he's like not doing bad. I'm like, dude,
would this be
you're hitting a lofty goal here to start out.
Would this be different though if we were talking to people whose parents don't play instruments? You know what I mean? Like we play instruments, so we're like putting it on our kids, you know? But like if you're talking to just like some rando that didn't play instruments when they were younger, are those kids as inclined today
even
as they
though
would have been?
Even though I'm here, he comes to me to show me stuff, and then I'll explain some things to him. He doesn't come to me like, hey, how do I do this? Like he's learning shit on his own. Definitely being surrounded by guitars probably has an influence on what he chose to play. But I think
just us being their parents is influencing them.
Definitely. But you know, the interest is there. Like if you want to play something, you have so many more avenues to be able to learn it than when I was a fucking kid.
Also so true. Oh my god, I wish I had fucking the internet.
Shit,
like when I first grabbed a guitar or whatever, it would have made everything better.
Right.
Yeah.
But
like we didn't even have the songs there. You had
distraction.
to pay for songs to listen to play along.
I'd say that too, but then I wonder, like, would I have put the same amount of time and effort into playing if I had the distraction of YouTube?
Great point, Wave. Yeah. And that I probably wouldn't have. I don't think I ever would have picked up a guitar.
This is just some random surveys. Like this survey was of 3,000 people, U.S. adult citizens. It says, with them, a musical instrument at some point in their lives. With younger adults, 71% even more likely than older adults to have played some sort of musical device. So what they're saying is they just played it. If they kept up with it, they're not sure. I don't.
What's a younger adult though? Are we considered younger adults?
I'm trying to look for it. But do you guys remember the thing that happened with Rocksmith and Guitar Hero when that boom happened and everyone started picking up? Everybody started picking up a real guitar after that. And then when Rocksmith came out, they're like, "Well, fuck Guitar Hero." Pretty much killed it because they were able to video game, put it in a video game style,
right?
And I've seen so many Rocksmith players on Twitch come up, and I want to give a shout out to Good. He has a Twitch channel. He's only playing guitar for a year, and he's like already doing like solos and stuff. I'm like, holy shit! And he's, I think, my age, if I'm not mistaken, and he just started a year ago and is already at a pretty good level. And I think with stuff like that, it just motivates people to play instruments. So I have to feel like there is more people playing instruments because back in the 80s and stuff, it was hard to afford a guitar. Guitars were not affordable like they are now. I can go to Guitar Center and get a guitar for $150 with an amp and a strap and picks.
And it's decent quality.
And it's decent. You couldn't do that in the 80s. So I have to believe there's more people playing instruments now. I
still go back and I go like, okay, but like the music itself. So let's think about what's popular in the zeitgeist currently, right? Like bands, at least in America, are much less popular, and you have much less of a chance to make money off of playing an instrument nowadays than when electronic music wasn't a thing.
But there's some people that play instruments.
Are that many people doing it as a hobby? Really? Like
that's how I start. Like I didn't.
There's a lot of people that
just
just
about
play
money when I was learning drums. I was just like, don't have any friends.
Like,
so
well, not thinking about money, but thinking about doing something with it at some point.
My Uncle John is in his early 50s. He started guitar 3 years ago, and he just does it for fun every weekend. He's like, Alan, can you show me a chord real quick? Yeah, sure. And he's never played his entire life. So I don't know. There is people out there that just like to play guitar and just say, yeah, I can play. I don't really have any interest in it being a band. It's just a cool thing to know.
Oh, I'm sure that that's the case. Like, I'm not denying that. I'm just trying to think of like overall, like I guess I'm more looking at it from the perspective of like what music is popular and how rock music is not nearly as popular. So you would think less people would be playing things that would lead into rock music just from that perspective. But you could totally be right. I'm just trying to put logic to something that I don't actually have an answer to.
I just like I said, if I'm thinking about like the 80s, early 90s, how expensive it was to even play an instrument. I remember when I tried to play guitar, my mom looked at me like I was crazy. I'm not buying you a guitar because you're probably just not going to ever play it. And then I had to actually save up for 4 years to play guitar. And then all of a sudden it got
$150, you get a competent guitar, a decent amp, a fucking strap, picks, like everything you need.
It's an easy gift, like at that point. Like back then, my mom had to pay like $400, $500, just to give me a guitar.
And you probably get slivers.
Well, how about this though, man? How many people now are? It used to seem like, I'm not okay. I had like 3-4 thoughts go through my head at the same time. Multi-instrumentalists, like it seems like it was more of a unique thing several years ago. Yeah. And now it's like a lot of people like finding somebody that just plays guitar is weird. Like that's all you do.
Yeah.
You just play guitar.
That's a really good point, Ryan. Or how
Okay,
many
but-
people actually can mix now, or like they do their own engineering? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, or at least try. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's so much easier to have access to everything that.
Does it
Why
count?
not?
Does it count if somebody plays guitar and can also pick up a bass and play that because they know how to play guitar? Does that make them a multi-instrumentalist?
I mean,
Most
Yes.
drummers play guitar
I
now.
think so.
Like most
I don't
drummers
know,
play
yeah.
guitar and bass. I just met up with a guy 2 weeks ago. I went over. He's like, yeah, just start playing guitar. Like he's like 22. He's like, I just started playing guitar 6 months ago. Starts playing riffs. I'm like, holy fuck! And he's an amazing drummer too. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Like it's just
yeah,
crazy.
I don't know, man. You can do something competently, or you can just fill in, you know, the space needed on a track. But I don't know if you're
Right.
willing to, because I can figure out a piano piece and insert it into a song, but I'm not a fucking piano player. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I wouldn't consider that one of my multi-instrumentalist things, but I can do a couple things on it that would be impressive, but that's all I can do.
I feel like once you learn one instrument, you have like an understanding as to how instruments work. So it's easier to learn the second instrument.
True.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
if you can utilize multiple instruments in a track you record, fuck
Yeah.
it, man. That's cool.
That's
Julian-
exactly what you said, Champ. Like it took me 6 hours to learn the ukulele, you know, because I already knew how to play guitar.
Yeah.
And it's basically just a guitar with the top 4 strings sliced from the 5th fret up, you know?
Right. Yeah. And like I was saying with the bass, like, you know, I played guitar my whole life, but the only time that I toured around the country, I was on a bass. You know, I had
Right.
never played bass before in my whole life. And somebody said, will you play bass on our tour with us? And I said, sure. And I took their bass and I just played their songs on the bass. And like,
All right.
so, you know, I would never consider myself a bassist because I never spent any time
You're
practicing
more of a
bass.
fucking bass player than I was.
But yeah, like I played more bass in more states than I did
I
guitar.
fucking toured on bass, motherfucker.
Dude, it is. I mean, it's a
That's
totally
cool.
different instrument, though.
Bass-
Yeah, but I feel like
It is.
are there any guitarists out there that would feel like you couldn't play a bass if you were
Dude,
asked to
dude,
support
you
a
can,
band?
I feel like you
I
can kind
feel
of tell if it's a
intimidated
guitarist,
when I play a bass.
if it's a guitarist playing a bass or like a bassist.
Really?
Yeah,
There's
there's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
When I get on a bass, it's a guitar player
Like-
fucking around on a bass.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
skills like finger picking and slapping and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't
Like
know how to
stuff
do any of that. I was,
guitarists
you know, I was just playing with a pick the whole time. But
You can get
Which
away with
is
playing it
also
with a pig, but
Yeah, Misa does okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a pure musicianship, you know. You got to know where to fucking play.
yeah.
I don't know
So-
why, but when I pick up a bass, like no matter how many strings it has, I get so much more intimidated and nervous than when I'm holding a guitar.
Really
It just
interesting.
feels like a foreign instrument compared to a guitar.
You get you a nicer bass. What kind of bass you trying to play? Mean bass.
I got nice basses. I just think it's like I don't
He's got
know.
like a standing
You
bass.
don't have
We
as
even
many
know.
strings, so and the strings are different. Like a 6-string bass doesn't have E A D G B G B E. You know, the
Right.
standard tuning. It starts on B, and then the
Yeah.
last string is C. So they're all you can do octaves with
Or
all
the last
3
string can be
layers.
B if you tune it that way.
Yeah, you
I
can
tune
just
mine- I
you can
tune-
just tune it, baby. That's what I'll do.
do whatever you want, man.
Tune
Well, the
that shit to
string
E.
gauges, I don't know if they could handle that.
Yeah, I can. It's only up. Full step.
2.5 steps.
Yeah.
Be pretty
Yeah, I mean, I
tough.
guess it depends. I feel like I don't know. I feel pretty comfortable with the bass, and I think maybe it just has more to do with the fact that I feel like I can hide what I'm doing underneath the other instruments that are playing it.
I never knew how I was supposed to tune a 6-string bass. I'm like, should it be this way or that way? I just tuned it like a guitar, so I could just play it like a fucking guitar
Nice.
Yeah.
because I knew how to do that. You know,
yeah.
Yeah.
I knew my way around.
I mean, my bass is tuned to
So-
A, E, A, D, G. So I mean, it's standard tuning, but drop A at the top. you
Drop
know?
A.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's how I do it.
The one that I used recently was just a 4-string. The 4 strings are tuned normally, right? E, A, D,
Yeah.
G.
Yeah.
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 That's what I mean. It is the same tuning. I mean, when you have the
But
6
then you're
string,
missing those 2 strings, so you can't you
Yeah.
have to go up the neck.
You
to
got to
play
do what
the
Misa
notes
does.
that
You got to slide all the way up.
Yeah, if you're Misa,
Yeah.
you don't use the other strings anyway. You just
You
all
just
she could
slide
pretty much
all
play on
over.
an E and an A or a B and an
Yeah.
E string, and that's it.
there you go.
2-string bass.
Exactly.
I think the bottom line is I'm a lazy loser.
There you go.
That
We finally get to the point.
This is
put more effort in.
Wave. You are so
when I see Wave, I'm
too
going
self-deprecating, man.
I know. I'm gonna like
lazy,
smack him in the face and be like, "Get out of it!"
I'm lazy. Yeah, you record like 8 fucking tracks for different drum songs for different people.
It's true though. Like, I want it to be as low effort as possible. Like when I say I'm a groove drummer, it's just because I don't feel like putting in the effort to play at faster tempos. And
you do anyway.
Sweaty. I don't want to break a sweat while I'm playing drums.
You're an efficiency expert.
Yeah, that's efficiency right there. I like that. I like that. Can I use that for everything that I do? Like every time.
I'm trying to be more efficient. Get off my back. You're lazy. I'm efficient.
Going green.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right.
What are we talking about?
All right, back to Japanese music news. Devil Oof major debuts with EP Damn fulfills longtime dream. By the way, they're in the States playing shows. Devil Oof announces his major debut with his upcoming EP Damn. The work is scheduled for March 1st next year and releases under the major label Tokuma Japan Communications. It is now available for pre-order, and we can expect 5 songs to join the CD, including the songs Damn, False Self, while the rest remains to be determined. The EP Damned is a big milestone for Devil Oof, as going major has been a dream for the vocalist ever since he started playing music. On Twitter, he expressed how that he threw away the idea in the past, thinking that the type of music he makes would never be accepted. However, after focusing on the music he wanted to do, he, along with the band, finally realized the dream. And it's a very metalcore-ish, Visual K style. From, if I remember correctly, we've heard a couple songs. So yeah, and I can see how playing in that genre can be very intimidating with trying to get on a major label because it's not very sought after with screens.
Their music videos scared the heck out of me.
Bassist and leader Daiki ensures fans that going major does not imply they'll move towards the pop music nor any changes in direction. It will continue to stay heavy and extreme with the motto, the submit of heavy music, rather than just working on a 5-member team with the help from Tokuma Japan Communications. They will now be working as Team Devil Oof. As a result, the band will be able to fill out the gaps and responsibilities where the 5 members could not on their own. So that's really cool. They got a nice deal with the label. Seems like they're going to be working with them, and and it's going to be looks like a good fit. So I'm happy for them.
I never really checked out any of their stuff. I just brought up their YouTube channel. It's pretty fucking creepy.
Solid playing.
That's cool though, man.
Sounds
good.
They're finding their audience. That's awesome.
Jeff Dunn partakes in the EP.
Oh, I did watch one of their videos, I think. Sorry.
Jeff Dunn partakes in the EP, a sound engineer who previously worked on the metal bands such as Crystal Lake, which was awesome, very good sounding record, Crossfaith, Crown the Empire, Motionless in White, just to name a few. So Motionless in White is one of Eric's favorite bands, and they're pretty huge in the States, and they're pretty heavy, melodic band. So that's really cool that they got them. But I'm happy for them. I think they're going to make some, they're going to be coming out to the U.S. probably more if they got done on the tracks doing those songs. But
okay, champ?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
You can say something, champ? The Last Rockstars add a second New York show due to popular demand. Now, I knew this was going to happen because Miyavi is really big over here. And I think the fact that Miyavi is in this group, not saying the other ones aren't big also, but Miyavi had a really successful tour the last time they were here. My friend Joey, his girlfriend, went to they followed him around. So Miyavi himself has a big fan base in the U.S., so it makes sense to add another New York show. So, champ, you should go see Miyavi. You should go check him out. It'll be right near you.
I definitely want to see the Last Rockstars. I mean, I think the concept itself is really, even though I think the name is kind of stupid, but the concept itself is really cool.
They are the Last Rockstars, though. I mean,
no more out there. They have proven their point, I guess.
Tickets for additional February 3rd performance go on sale on December 16th, which is already on sale. I can't believe fucking Christmas is coming up. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Soken Niyaro came out with a new track. I'll be reacting to this later with the band. I can't wait to do it. It's called
I didn't watch that either. God damn it.
9999999. I haven't heard any of it, but Chat, what do you guys think? Does it sound good? Let us know.
I feel like you should play 5 seconds of it.
Play 5 seconds of it? All right, here we go.
I know what 5 seconds of Soaking Inner is going to sound like.
That's the thing. 5 seconds could just be a segment that they never replay again. Yeah. That's why I want to hear it.
Yeah, here we go. There we go.
I love it.
All right.
Awesome. That made me want to hear more of it.
We could probably choose there's so much going on that, like...
That's an insane 5 seconds of music, dude. Holy shit.
Oh, this is a cover of I can't say this word, but Senbun Sakura, which is a Wagaki Band song, which I bet we all have heard that one. It's like it's like the first one that everybody tells you to listen to from Wagaki Band.
Wagaki Band covered also the same song.
Wagaki Band covered that song. So I don't know who does the original then.
Damn, I do know that. I thought it was a new single. I mean, that's cool that's the cover, but I don't know that cover. I checked out their Sim cover.
It's a good song. The song itself is a good song. So
I imagine see what the original probably didn't sound like what the hell they're doing.
The original is a Vocaloid. Go figure.
The original is a Vocaloid. Yeah.
Hey, send me the link to that Vocaloid original.
I think that's where I first heard Hatsune Miku was Senbun. I did it like last year.
Trying to get away.
That is a hard word to say.
By the way, we're not sponsored by Vocaloid, okay? Just we've been saying it so much.
Yes, Hatsune Miku, please sponsor our podcast.
You know what? They probably have an affiliate program on there.
Okay, so Hatsune Miku did the original, her Vocaloid. The most popular one, shocker.
I wonder whose voice that actually was. Because isn't Hatsune Miku like a fictional character voice?
Well, it's a person, right? Like, no, I'm still confused about this. But yes, it's a character. And like when you see her live, it's like a
hologram,
projected, that type of thing. Well, the one that I saw was like a shadow behind like a wall or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, isn't that what Addo did live too?
2011. Is it?
Yeah.
What, the song?
The original song.
Addo's done quite a bit of Vocaloid covers. But moving on here, so we have. I know you guys haven't heard
talking about it,
huh?
Let's move on.
No, go ahead. I didn't know. There was a long pause.
Alan, you're quiet boy again.
I was reading. No, I just looked up the song. It came out in 2011. Hatsune Miku.
I'm sorry. I have one more question about the Vocaloids because I'm still just trying to wrap my head around this. So Hatsune Miku, who is a fake character, but performs...
real character, not a real person.
Okay. A character that exists, but there's no human that the character is being portrayed by. Who originally programmed Hatsune Miku's vocals into the Hatsune Miku Vocaloid? Somebody had
According to Lord
that,
Vorador,
right?
It was a woman.
That's all we know. Just a woman.
Okay. All right.
See, but that means that somebody was singing that originally, right?
Yeah,
like
someone
it had to happen in the first place. They couldn't have just AI programmed that originally, right?
No. Well, no, because they made it before there was AI. So like we were talking about this on my live stream a couple days ago. AI didn't, they have that stuff now where they can listen to podcasters and get thousands of hours of audio and then create a voice using AI. But when they made Vocaloid, it was all pre-recorded samples.
Okay, you want information? Because I got it.
Yeah.
There's this. I mean, if there's only some source of information, we could look up things and read the information. On Hatsune Miku Wikipedia. Here we go. Hatsune Miku, also called Miku Hatsune, officially codenamed CVO1, is a Vocaloid software voice bank developed by Krypton Future Media and his official anthropomorphic mascot character, a 16-year-old girl with long turquoise twin tails. Miku's personification has been marketed as a virtual idol and is performed with live virtual concerts on stage as an animated projection. Miku uses Yamaha Corporation's Vocaloid 2, 3, 4 singing synthesizing technologies. The voice is modeled from Japanese voice actress Saki Fujita.
Okay.
Voice actress.
Modeled after.
So she had to do some, here's my voice, and then they worked with that and built.
That's exactly what the Easy Drummer software does. They take samples of drums and put it in there. Yep. But with voice. Okay. That's so weird. So weird.
So the name of the character comes from merging the Japanese words Hatsu for first, Hatsune, sound, nay, and future, thus meaning the first sound of the future.
Oh, okay. Miku means future?
Yeah.
Huh.
Duh.
Interesting.
I just learned something about BAND-MAID.
So future
yeah,
pigeon?
dude. World domination. Yeah, man.
Okay, well, this shit, I feel like
Can you
I'm
stop asking questions about it now, Chief?
okay, so the next thing that I want to know.
Oh my God.
Who invented technology?
Oh,
Fred Flintstone.
let me fucking look it up on Wikipedia.
All right, Alan, go ahead. I know you have stuff that you have to say.
Who invented technology? Good Lord.
Civ 6.
I'm going to put that in there just to see what comes up. Go ahead, Alan. Who invented
Kai and Rizy
technology?
leave Dexcore, which is really sad because I thought they were a very unique band in the Visual K space. I didn't really consider them too much Visual K. This is a pretty hardcore band, very heavy, but they're also losing half their band, and they're bidding farewell to the bassist and drummer on November 27th, which is sad because I've checked out a couple of them, and it was some good stuff, man. Very unique, heavy band. So they did announce the departure with them. I think overall in this article, it seems like they're going to keep going on. They don't have any nothing about replacements or anything yet, so that kind of sucks because I meant to go check out more songs by them, but the songs we did react to were like out there. I recommend them for like some heavy metal music. It's really good. Faint Gear announced new European tour on the 17th. Steampunk metal band Faint Gear will play 10 shows across Germany, the Netherlands, and the UK next July.
Hey, Europeans, you're getting something at least.
See? You don't get BAND-MAID, but you get Faint Gear.
There you go. Isn't old Mr. B going to Faint Gear?
I think so.
Said that yesterday?
They're going to kick it off in Frankfurt on July 11th, and they're going to play the 10 shows in 3 countries, Germany, Netherlands, and the UK, and they include a set of Bernal Open Air Festival on the 16th and 2 performances at the convention Anime Messe on the 22nd and 23rd. So that's awesome. Has Faint Gear ever been to the U.S.?
I don't know.
No. Yeah. The Gazette released their triple disc compilation. This is an album that I'm going to mention again, guys. Mass by the Gazette is a great album. You guys should really check it out. And I keep forgetting that this album came out this year. And again, it just goes back to this band being blocked in the U.S. constantly whenever you try to put up a video of reacting to them. It really sucks because it's a really good album. Probably one of the best of the year. You guys should definitely check it out. It's a really good album. I think so, at least. And yeah.
Cool.
So now I want to bring up a project. Bringing it back to BAND-MAID. There was a huge project that was started back in July. And I'm going to show you a trailer for it. This is from Orange's channel. Shout out to him. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. I'm going to show you guys a trailer of this new project that is starting.
Oh, sound.
Trust me 百分一気にしかず翼を引かれているタイジャングルー beginning, difficult, progress, courage, evolution,
Dude, sweet. I'm excited to see who all these people are.
Yeah, man, what a huge project.
Very huge.
Lots of incredible work by lots of mods and people kind of keeping track of what's going on and musicians from all over the world. It's amazing.
Yeah,
man.
the biggest thanks has to just go to like the community managers that put all this together and reached out to everybody and is taking the different clips that people are sending into them and putting them all together, turning them into like an actual, album, which this is going to be, which is it's fucking cool, man.
So
I contributed a little bit. I wanted to do more, but I just couldn't do it. And there's so many people, man, that
me too. Do you guys want to talk about what you did?
Hold on one second.
We can finally talk about
hold
it.
up.
No, we can't. We cannot. So
okay.
I have the talking points right here. So the project started in June 2022. 37 musicians, 16 different countries. All the songs from acoustic concert is what's being played for this, and it's gonna be one song per day. Everything will be released on the BMCD YouTube channel. So make sure you go subscribe to that channel. I think this is his new one. So BAND-MAID Discord server, because then he has the orange one too. So that one's gonna have all the covers. I don't think we can say more than that though, champ. So
okay, we won't talk about any of that.
Well, when I was learning, no, I'm not gonna say it.
We've been holding it in for so long.
Yeah, I'm ready to just
about to burst,
bro.
But as you guys saw, you guys could check out. The trailer should be up on the channel soon, and it'll have everybody's names and who's involved. I think in the trailer, like I just saw right here. So
they showed the names, so I guess we can say who is involved. We're just not saying what they're doing exactly.
Yeah, all of us.
All I'll say is what I did was way harder than I thought it was going to be.
I think everybody probably had that feeling like, oh, I know I did.
Yeah,
because someone said, oh, what she's doing during that song isn't that bad, and I went to learn it. I'm like, yeah, okay,
exactly my thoughts, my friend.
I don't even remember what I did.
I remember what I did. I remember what I did because I had to practice it over and over and over again, bro.
Oh yeah, I know what you did.
I know what you did too.
Yeah, we had a nice little 4-hour Zoom call trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Good times. Can't wait for that to come out. Orange, thank you so much for
Orange. Thank you so much
putting this together.
That is so much work. You probably got a lot of people doing a lot more shit than they would have done had you not had this idea.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
That's true. I mean, you're making people better musicians by having them learn this stuff. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
Eric said in the comments right here, the first time I had to learn anything, learn a song completely by ear. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Me too.
The first time, Eric? Are you sure? You've learned some other things by ear. Well, maybe not a full song. That's true.
Bro, I've had tabs for everything since the first time that I picked up a guitar, except for this.
Yeah.
I did most of my learning by ear, so.
All right.
This I'm like looked up video. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Oh yeah, I chose like the worst song because there's like no video of Drop of a Hat at all. Because every time they show Konami, it's the back of her head. I was like,
Alan, you're not supposed to say what you're playing.
Spoiler alert.
Wow.
You're the one that just told us not to say it, and then you immediately said it.
I didn't.
Orange is so pissed right now.
I wasn't. Well, here's the thing. That's why. But you guys kept talking. I thought you guys were gonna let me play the video and just do that, and then just leave it, and then I got caught up in the conversation.
It's our fault.
Okay.
I understand.
No, it's not your guys'.
What's he gonna do?
I'm not listening to you guys anymore.
Cancel Alan's
He
part.
did nothing. He's in
Get
France.
someone to replace Alan.
God damn it.
It's all right.
It's all good. I think we're good to go.
I just got caught up in the conversation.
Let's move
you
on.
were in the trailer playing it.
Yeah, we saw you.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's true.
We
Good
saw
point.
you.
Thank
It's okay. All of the names are listed. We can talk
My
about
point
who's
is,
in it.
I told
obviously,
myself, I kept telling myself before the podcast, I'm like, I'm just gonna show it to him, read the bullet points, and then fucking move on. And I was like, hopefully we don't keep talking about it.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's move
told
on
us
from
that.
BAND-MAID.
Let's move on from here. Let's just go. Let's go.
Where do we go? from here?
It wasn't a trailer, so that's good. All right, top 10. Here we go.
All
Number
right,
10.
we need a secret hand signal for Alan's
Yeah.
microphone.
Knock it the
You
fuck
guys can
off.
still hear me though,
Switch
so
sound
I
up.
mean, I'll remember. All right. Number 10, Monochrome by Baby Metal. Why did you make a hand gesture? It's on. I'm pretty sure I have original sound.
Oh yeah, I was just saying.
That's what we'll do.
Happened like 6 times during this podcast.
Scar is number 9. I have not sure what this is about, but this is Japanese vocalist, bassist, guitarist, composer, arranger, and programmer. He is also known as a Vocaloid song producer. Speaking of Vocaloid producers, going under the name Konnichiwa Tanida-san, Tatsuya. Started publishing music on the internet around 2014. Later in 2017, he started performing solo activities while providing music as a lyricist. In 2018, he would form the band Soju no Hana with members Sana and Sho Watanabe. I don't know any of those people, so I'm sorry. I had to do research on that one.
No.
Divine
Watanabe.
Attack.
I liked Alan's pronunciation.
Divine Attack went up 1 spot. Congratulations, Baby Metal. Freedom Auto went down a spot. And this is where we get into the auto list. Okay, so everything's going to be pretty much auto after this. Oh, never mind. Number 6, we have 1OK Rock with their Sonic song. Sonic Frontiers.
I put this on our Patreon poll this week and it did not win.
Yeah. Auto, missing. Number 5. Number 4, Auto. Number 3, Vondi, Chainsaw Blood, stayed right at number 3. Number 2 is going to be Zutomayo. I checked out another song by Zutomayo. Pretty good stuff. And I don't know if you guys have heard of You'll Melt More, but she was a former singer in You'll Melt More also.
Cool.
Okay.
My live stream got taken down during their song.
Yeah, that makes sense. Number 1, Auto. And we have the top 10 charts. Glim Spanky made it on there with a cover.
Nice.
And
Nice.
so that was really cool. This band, if you don't know who they are, it's consisting of vocalist and rhythm guitarist Remy Matsuo and lead guitarist Hiroki Kamemoto. Sorry for butchering the names. Originally formed in 2017 as a quartet, the group became a duo in February 2010. This is a cover of Ego Rappin's Cherry in the Beak. I have not heard the original, so it's cool to see Glim Spanky on this chart, though. We have Asterism going up a spot with Silhouette. So that song's moving up. Awesome. Cool. Lisa X, Polyphia moved up a spot. Number 7, we had My Hero Academia, Polaris coming in at 7. Number 6, we had Wagaki Band, Ego Rock going down to number 6. 5, we have Wagaki Band, Marshall Maximizer. Aren't all their covers Vocaloid covers too? Those 2 songs right there. Auto coming in at number 4 with Crime and Punishment. Number 3, we have Asterism staying right there with the singer Pellic on it for Unravel. Number 2, we have Auto. And number 1, we have Auto.
Miss Shot and Fried at 2 and Pretty Cure 5 at 1.
What?
I just said the names of the songs.
I was like,
Okay.
and that's the top 10, guys.
Top 10.
And then I'm not sure about the Baby Metal thing. You want to talk about that? Is there anything I could show, or is?
Well, what we showed last week was the challenge, is the name of the site. So we're talking about the Battle of the Songs, Baby Metal bracket. We did it with BAND-MAID last time. We're doing it with Baby Metal currently. We announced it last week, but we want to give everybody the chance to put it in their predictions, because what we added this time was the prediction ability. So you can actually like fill out your own brackets, just like it's a March Madness bracket or something like that. And then it'll go into there, and the site actually sets it up so you get a certain amount of points for guessing correctly, depending on what part of the bracket you're in at that moment. So the site does it all. But if you want to have the chance to win a prize from us at the end of this and have the most points by predicting the most accurate things in the brackets,
like maybe you
go
win
on to
Ryan's banana. You never know.
It could be a banana shirt. Well, yeah, it could be just a banana. Who knows what we're gonna send?
Maybe Ryan will ship you just a banana. That could
just
be a
just a banana, just a peel.
We got different.
He's got
sticks out of the banana. How about
that?
Yeah, there you go. But if you go over to our Discord, or go over to the Guys Are Guys Discord, go to the Battle of the Songs tab. Pew Baka has everything set up for you. Just read. He tells you everything that you need to know. And then next week or this week, I guess, I don't know if we're gonna give them one more week to set up their predictions or if we're gonna start at some point this week, but we'll update you on the Guys channel. I'll send out a post if we are going to start the voting process at any point this week, just so you guys know that you can vote.
Is where it is in the Guys Discord server. So we have this up here where we have the announcements, news sources, and then Battle of the Songs is where you find it. And Pubaka put this together. Shout out to him, man. He puts in a lot of time and effort into these.
Thank you, Pubes.
Yes, he does. He does a great job. And you can see right there at the bottom, that's the challenge bracket right there. You click on that link, it'll open up a different page and it'll allow you to put your predictions in. And then also, once the predictions are all done and we're actually doing the voting, you can keep checking back to that every week to see who's winning. We'll announce it over here also. But if you want to keep up to date.
And while we're here in the Discord, you can also see there's tabs for all the bands, which automatically updates with their Twitter, and possibly adding in Instagram stuff. I accidentally we turned off all notifications, so we'll not ping you like crazy anymore. But if you're following a certain band, you can find them all here. We have them all in one place. If we're missing a band, let us know. We'll add it in there. And let me read off what Pubaka just said in the chat. Also, he said, and please guys, use your username or something like that when you're doing these predictions, because some of the entries that we have right now, we have no idea who actually made those predictions because you didn't add any name or email address or anything like that. So you might want to try again if you did that without adding a name or anything, so that if somebody wins and we don't have any information, we're not going to know who to give that to. So make sure you at least give some sort of identification to us. And also, if you have ideas for topics to show, there's a topics for show tab right here. We have the weekly top 10 that we throw in here. Shout out to Simno. He puts together these charts every single week.
Charts?
I think they deserve better than Shart.
Coming soon, Simno.
Chart. Oh, my God.
I hate myself sometimes.
There's so many times where we kind of reel it back in and get to a serious moment, then it just
yeah. If you guys just ignored what I said, we could have just kept going. Anyways,
I just like it the way it is.
Submit your video here. If you saw a song you want to suggest, you throw it here under the weekly top 10 covers of any Japanese songs. Throw it here, and we add them to the list. Well, Simno does, and then we come up with, based on views, I think it's rotating. Simno can say it better. Maybe we'll put a pinned comment in here letting you guys know how it's based. Actually, it probably already is. So here, look at that. Updated rules. So if you hit the pin at the top of the screen on Discord, you can see what the rules are for submitting the songs.
Cool. Can't wait. Can't wait to see this thing keep going forward.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right, sweet.
That was it. Do you want to talk about Patreon and what we reacted to? I
do, real quickly. We are going to go on Patreon right after we finish this, and we're going to be recording our group reaction today. So every week almost every week we try to get together after the podcast and record a group reaction for you guys, which you can vote for over on the patreon.com/guysandguys. This week we had a close one, and it looks like Passcode just sniped Atarashi Gakko at the last second. So we're going to be checking out some Passcode, their new song Siren.
Which Passcode are we doing?
Ooh.
Which Passcode song are we doing?
I heard that.
The new song Siren, the one that just came out a few days ago.
Hey, that got my stream taken down too.
Yeah, I was about to say I was gonna do that one, but since I know Passcode takes down streams, I was like, never mind. But here's Patreon.
So this is the perfect place to do it, right? Because we don't have to worry about that on Patreon, guys. Some of the stuff that we react to, it gets blocked on YouTube immediately. So the Patreon is the only place that you could get that stuff, knowing that there's not going to be any blocks.
Yep. And of course, the channel members, Senpai, we're going to do the giveaway too. We have a signed postcard, BAND-MAID postcard, and coin. Wave has stuff. And next Sunday, we promise we're going to give away the rest of the stuff. So we'll get the wheels set up, and we're going to do a giveaway next Sunday. To anybody that's a member or anybody that's on Patreon, your name will be entered in. If you're on both, you get entered in twice. So
very cool.
Remember.
All right, let's go record that group reaction then.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Hammer lamb.
Man, these lately this podcast has been super extended. We've had a lot to talk about.
Have so much fun talking to each other.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you guys in the next one. See you next Sunday. Oh, hey, we have an interview. Sorry, we have an interview with Mr. Rock and Roll Tuesday. So we'll see you Tuesday. And then
7 EST.
All right. See you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.